You're only doing Discord, right?
And YouTube.
Or I mean, it's not Discord. YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Let me go to yeah. Yeah, I see it here. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Say something else. I don't hear you on
Can
the.
you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear Debbie. I can't hear Fred. Yeah, I see that.
Okay. I had time to go get my whole face beat. Ain't that crazy, y'all? Contacts and everything.
Yeah, nothing from Fred. I still don't hear that. Nothing. I'm not even gonna post it yet.
Testing, testing, testing. So this is.
I can hear you now. Whatever you just did fixed it. Yeah, whatever you did before, you had it. He was able to hear you.
I think I know what it is. I just don't know how to get to it. Oh, that's because it was default. That's why. Okay. Nah, that's not it.
And then you got 4 screens up. There you go.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Anybody who's watching the podcast, welcome to the podcast. We're just getting through some technical difficulties at the moment because I see you guys coming in.
Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm a firm believer of if you don't have technical difficulties, are you really a streamer?
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, without technical difficulties, you won't be great.
Hmm.
Alright, well, I know this setting works with my voice. I don't like this setting because I was trying to make it a little bit more fancier, but it's okay. Um, so let me make sure people can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Now I can hear you. One for the
You
last time,
sound
Fred. Can you say
low.
something real quick?
You sound low.
He does.
Alright, testing. It's gonna be like the last time. I'm gonna test just so we get to the topics. I adjust on the fly too. Testing. Cause I can see my mic picking up feedback on
There
my
you go.
screen.
You're good now. I can hear you now.
All right, cool. All right, so sorry about that. Um, some technical difficulties, but we are back. Let's get right into um, let's get right to the stream to the podcast. Um, we do our intros real quick. Um, Frederick Gameplay, what's up? What's up on another Saturday? I know it's a little late today, but still, we are. We do be live on Saturday mornings. You catch me on at Frederick Gameplay on Twitter, X, YouTube. That's where I put most of our content at. And yeah, catch my gameplay. I am a predecessor streamer as well, so I have been on pause with that, but I'm going to get right back into it. And yeah, give us some feedback how y'all like the podcast. Um, Debbie, you want to do yours?
How you doing? It's your girl Debbie Snacks. I am Debbie underscore Snacks on gaming platforms, and I am Debbie underscore Snacks dot gaming on social media. You can always check us out, like, follow, and share the gameplay podcast. And I'm happy to see us. We got a lot of good topics this week. I'm very proud.
Yeah, it's your boy Hero Beast. You guys can catch me, Hero Beast, on every gaming platform, social media platform as well. Every Saturday, we do the gameplay podcast and we talk about the latest and greatest gaming news. And I also started doing more videos instead of live streams. So you guys definitely come check that out and like and subscribe to my host and my co-host here at the gameplay podcast.
Bet. Okay, I was checking out the sound again, but we got some topics. We got some topics this week. Sadly enough, Concord has went offline. The game that we have been talking about for a minute, it is currently not playable anymore after it just launched. Debbie.
Don't they have time though until like don't like I seen a lot of people trying to rush and get their achievements in before it gets bricked up, so to speak. But and then I seen a lot of people buying it real quickly, so it's like I don't know about the
Well,
whole novelty of it.
Page.
it went offline since yesterday. So
I know, but I'm saying wasn't people like trying to rush and get their trophies? Like I heard
They
about
were.
that. I was
They
like,
were.
yeah, they was rushing to try to get their trophies, and then they also was trying to like buy out the copies that they still had, like physical. I guess there's some places that still had like physical copies, so they're trying to like martyr this game, and I don't think that it's gonna go the way that they want it to. Why are you shaking your head, Beast? What do you got? What's in your thought process on this whole thing?
What I don't understand why people are going out and rushing to buy the game when this is an online only game. The game's dead. They canceled it. It's nothing. You can't do anything with the game now.
Did you see
So
eBay?
unless, huh?
People were on eBay trying to like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I don't understand. Like,
It's different because when this usually happens, it's usually a single player game. When it's an
mhm.
online game, online is dead. There's no point for the game. You can't do nothing with the game. If you go buy a physical copy of the game, you put it in your PlayStation 5, you boot up the game or whatever. You're not. It's gonna say no servers, no nothing. It's completely the game is completely offline. It doesn't make any sense. I just did a YouTube video on this topic the other day. If you guys want to check it out, you're a beast. YouTube.com. Basically, my thoughts is in that video, but I'll share a little bit of my thoughts now. At first, I did not believe that the game should have been released on PlayStation Plus.
Mhm.
But now I believe that if the game had released on PlayStation Plus, the game would have been saved. That this is not a bad game. The only thing that I'll give it is that it's a hero shooter in 2024 where these type of games are free to play. Nobody wants to play these type of games. This is why the game only sold 25,000, which is very
Yeah.
sad.
10 on
Very sad.
Steam, 10 on PlayStation. I mean, 15 on PlayStation, which is crazy when you think about, like, they was pushing this game very much hard. Like, every um about to come out preview, Concord.
Controller. They even had a controller. They advertised this game more than they advertised Helldivers.
True.
Just think about that. They advertised this game more than they advertised any game besides Spider-Man 2 in the last a year and a half.
So, what do you think about Amazon leaving it as a part of their new video for the TV? Like
Well,
they're showcasing it. Like,
I don't know how to feel about that. The only thing I can say about it is maybe that leaves a chance to a revival. Maybe when people they see the interest that people have in the Amazon series, that they say, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna put this game on PlayStation Plus. Hey guys, Concord is back," or something, like that. That's the only thing that I could think about. But other than that, I don't know about the Amazon thing. I'm surprised they didn't cancel that either.
5 units is not enough to keep a. I don't think that it has that much of a backing to keep it. So I don't understand their logic, but I mean, it's an interesting spot, I guess, if you take it all, like if you're saying that it's basically like dead on arrival, which it really was because it hasn't even been out long. Then you have the fact
Not
that
even a month.
not even a month,
Not even a
and
month.
then you say like there could be like a revival for it if people be like, well, why did this? But like you said, there's so many free to play already out there in the same style or same premises that I don't know. I'm always gonna peek at Amazon to see why they do the things that they do, or maybe
Amazon
they just
probably doesn't want to waste their money.
I'm about to say
They
it's
probably
probably
don't
too
want
much. Like they invested too much in it to let it just
good
crumble.
series.
I think that well, I want to see. I'm gonna be optimistic at best because
Right.
it's gonna be interesting. It could have not have made it as a game, but the show could be like I don't know. I don't know.
So I think they get inspired by the Guardians of the Galaxy. The way that I look at the characters, when I'm looking at the characters, the first thing I think about is Guardians of the Galaxies. I don't know if you, I know if Fred was here, he would tell you the same thing. You got the big tank that acts like
Mhm,
the one dude from Guardians of the Galaxy. You got
mhm.
the gunslinger dude that acts like the mentor to I can't remember these people's names right now, but he acts like the mentor to one of the main characters of Guardians of the Galaxy. It has a Guardian of the Galaxy feel to me. So
Mhm.
like maybe as a TV series it'll be good, and then if the TV series is good enough, then maybe then they'll bring the game back. But obviously on PlayStation Plus. This is my one thing I have to say about it too. Because everybody's saying that Sony shouldn't have invested this much money into this game. Okay, that's what they said. They want revivals of Resistance and Killzone. This is what they want. They want them to bring that back instead of making new IPs. And I also made a tweet about this the other day too. Had Sony brought back any of these IPs that people wanted, these people are just going straight off of nostalgia. They wouldn't have supported the game anyway because guess what? Killzone and Resistance didn't sell that much anyway. Compared to the games of their day, they did not sell as well. So when people say they wanted to bring it back, I don't understand what they're talking about. We want new IPs because without new IPs, the gaming industry is in a standstill. Rinse and repeat. Xbox has that problem right now. The only games that we know from Xbox is Gears, Halo, and what we're on Gears Infinite and Gears 6 or whatever's coming up now. There's no new IPs coming from them really. So, I applaud the fact that Sony took a chance with this game. Even though it was a game that should have been released way back in the day. This game took 8 years to develop, and I remember now it was $200 million dollars that they invested into this game. This is Fireworks' first game, and probably their last game. We don't know what the hell they're gonna do after this. I don't know if they're gonna be a support studio. They're gonna help Bungie. What are they gonna do now? Sony owns them. Is Sony gonna break them up? Is Sony gonna sell them? So we don't know what they're gonna do, but it's sad to see that the game came out like that, but once again, it should have been released on PS Plus.
Yeah, did y'all talk about how it only sold 25,000 copies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's crazy. 10K
crazy.
on Steam and 15K on PS5. So, man, it sold more on PS5. So, but yeah, that's not.
It's not good.
Everything that B said, I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty much in agreement with too. Like, my thing is just that I never asked for this game. I played the game and I liked it.
He said, I never asked for this.
Yeah, like I saw it the first showing of it. I do understand how it was. It was kind of misinterpreted on some fronts because of how they showed it. Like, they showed it this bright cinematic of these characters and everything like that. Then they showed the gameplay and it was like, okay, it's standard live service. It's like other games that we have. It's a copy of other games in the medium. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to copy the Overwatch style of delivering content to familiarize yourself with these characters, but it's just it was a little too late, and
Indeed, it was.
it was just
5 years
one of
too
those
late.
live service games that it felt like it was fluffing the goal that PlayStation had. I keep going back to this goal that PlayStation had because they won't say they wanted to do 10 live service games. So it's just like, yeah, live service can be successful as we've seen, but it can also be a failure. And the fact that it was so focused on so many live service games this time during this, in such a short lifespan, it's just like some things can just get thrown to the, to the crossboard. And so some things can be thrown away. But the company, was it Firewall? They said, and they did y'all read the actual statement that they said?
Yeah.
In the statement, they pretty much how the statement was going across was coming across was that they're not done with Concord, or PlayStation's not done with Concord fully, like 100%. Maybe about 80% right now. Yeah, they taking the game down, but it seems like they trying to do something still with it. I know that we got a secret level coming out. It's gonna be in that, but it just seems like they're gonna use the assets, or they're gonna try to turn into another type of game or something like that. That's what it seems like. I'm not saying I'm hopeful for that or anything like that. To be honest with you, I really don't care. I do think Firewalk should probably still make some games because what's the point of buying them? And you know what I'm saying? Like, you banking on their game? No, you should already have plans for the studio. You know what I'm saying? They saw some in it, and I saw something in it, so it's just like, hey, look, it is what it is. If you want live service, I mean, I'm not even saying bring Resistance and Killzone to live service. I'm not saying that at all, right? They can keep
Please don't.
those strictly old style multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? That I will be fine with that. I just want the games again, the IP. I love the IP, but even if you tackled live service with those games, I think that would have been way better perceived than this. I was never excited for Concord. I wanted to see what it was, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I was never looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to Payday or Fair Games. Um, I was looking forward to Helldivers too when I first saw that. Like, I knew I wanted to play that game when I first saw it. Like, the frame rate looked kind of bad, but still, that's the only thing that it's just some things can be some things can be avoided. You know what I'm saying? We ain't have to go to the steps of trying to make all these live service games, and it turns out they're generic. Nobody don't want to pay for that.
Can I explain why they wanted to do the live service games real quick? This is
You can I
the
get
main
it. Yeah, I
reason.
get why, but I I just think the goal for doing the live service games will have been better achieved if they would have focused on a minority of them, I guess, or just focus on a limited amount of them and made them more successful. Because now they make a lot of service games so they can get residual income, so they can keep getting money. But you just spent so much money on the failed project that you kind of going backwards. You get what I'm saying? You hustling backwards. But my bad, you go ahead, beast.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's basically the point. They want to have endless income. You see the Fortnites, we see the Call of Duties and the PUBGs and all these other games come out with all this millions and millions of dollars. We see Minecraft. Minecraft is a live service game. Yeah, we didn't know that, right? But all these games are just bringing in endless amounts of money. Sony wants that. We have to realize too, Sony's IPs don't sell like Nintendo IPs sell. Besides a select few, like a Gran Turismo might sell very legendary numbers and stuff like that. But
Yeah, they got a big base.
Sony Sony games don't sell like a Mario Kart, a Grand Theft Auto 5. Even though Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for 3 generations now, they want a game that's gonna sell like that, or want a game to bring in that kind of income for them. Just one game. Spider-Man's not gonna do it. God of War is not gonna do it. Um, None of the games that Sony got on their roster right now is gonna do it. We just seen. I'm not. Well, I'm gonna not. I'm gonna leave that game for later because we got a topic on that. But that's basically what they want to do. Is they want to have an endless stream of income. Now, granted, like I was just saying before, they can bring any old game they want back. It's not gonna do these numbers. But the thing is, you gotta keep putting out live service games until one sticks. You see what I'm saying? You just keep
Hmm.
throwing things until one sticks, one blows up out of the ordinary, and then guess what? Now you don't have to. You just focus on that one game. Now
Yeah,
what
but
Firewalk
Helldivers did
Studio
that.
is probably gonna end. Helldivers did that, but Helldivers is not gonna do that going forward. So Helldivers was for the moment, and it was a good moment that it has. Now the numbers is down for it. It didn't do Call of Duty numbers. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's what they want. They want the Call of Duty numbers. They want the Fortnite numbers. It did great for what the hell it was. We didn't expect that to be like that. But once again, Firewalk is gonna end up being a support studio. I think they're gonna end up being a support studio. I don't think they're gonna make any more games going forward. I think that it's gonna be there to help with the architecture for whatever games, because when Concord came out, we didn't have any bugs, no lag, great
It,
service,
it was it
unlike
wasn't
other
it
games.
wasn't perfect. It was I had some like some stutters, um, and then sometimes I think abilities wouldn't work. Like I think the first day, so like I had to press the button a couple times. Um, but
Wait,
like
like beta
for
or initial launch?
in the beta, um,
Oh, in the beta, of course, yeah.
yeah, the initial launch it was pretty smooth. I didn't notice anything. I didn't really play it though. when it launched. I think I played maybe 1 or 2 games. I think I played 2 games, and I still even played before it went offline. But um, dang, what I was gonna say I forgot my thought. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot my thought. It's on the tip of my tongue though.
Basically, the beta, a beta's a beta, but when the game came out, I didn't notice any lag or any bugs or any disconnects or, I didn't notice
Oh,
any of that stuff when the initial game came out.
I'm thinking
That's
about
all.
the sales though. The sales that's what I mean though. No,
Mm.
Sony can't have a Fortnite or a Call of Duty, right? They could achieve that, but I think the realism has to set in though, like for Sony or just in general, like it has never been done before, right? Microsoft have never done it, even with Halo. They never achieved those numbers, even with
Nope.
Gears. Nintendo, not really. They still haven't done it. They still haven't achieved those Call of Duty. I mean, I guess what is it? Is it Farming Simulator? I don't know if they own that, whatever.
What, Animal Crossing?
Or Animal Crossing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Animal Crossing is
Yeah,
like
farming
that's like their
simulator.
closest thing, I guess. I think, right? Like to
Either
achieve
that
those
or
types of
Mario Kart.
numbers. But other than that, it's just like no one's ever done it. Like not a publisher that's in the console market, or like what I'm saying that's yeah, that's in the console market. So number one, they trying to rewrite history to do that, and then two, Call of Duty has 3 different studios, main studios working on it. Not to mention the support studios now. Um, Fortnite, Epic literally have to shut this game down that I'm streaming right now to focus on that. And Epic has been making a lot of games too, so they that was a lightning in the bottle, but still like they got there, what I'm saying? They was able to maintain it. Sony can do that, but it's harder because a third point, it's so many of them out here now. You already got Call of Duty. A lot of people not leaving Call of Duty. A lot of people are not leaving Fortnite. A lot of people did not want to leave Destiny, so they got
Hmm.
those players. But other than that, like a lot of people still on PUBG, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, PUBG is crazy. PUBG is crazy. They still on that.
So
Was that
I
the
know.
game Chicken Winner, Chicken Dinner, something like that? That was that game, right?
they do just need one. They need one game to pop off and
I think
boom.
so. Yeah,
But
zombies.
yeah, it's like
Mm.
I think the better strategy was to have multiple games be successful instead of having that one reach those Call of Duty numbers. They have multiple games that can add up to those Call of Duty numbers. You get what I'm saying? Because PlayStation, that's how they usually, no matter what games they make, no matter what phase they're in, that's how they usually been. Even when it was going, when it was back in the PS1 days, when they was making a lot, even going into the PS3 days, PS1 to PS3, when they was making a lot of smaller titles in between, what I'm saying, the family friendly titles, even, what I'm saying, that didn't bring in that much revenue. They still had those bigger games, and even they even had third party deals to where they was bringing in that those they was getting a cut out of those numbers, out of those Call of Duty numbers. You get what I'm saying? So, like that's has always been a strategy. That's how they got to the PS5. Why change it? Because it's a change. It's a drastic change.
The reason why they want to change is because they have to adapt to the times. That's the only reason why. As every console generation goes along, the cost of gaming goes up even more and more and more. To make a God of War, Spider-Man takes an entire, damn near entire generation to make it. If you're making a game right now, you're making a game for PS6. So this is why they wanted to change the formula up. But I have a question real quick
Wait,
for
before you
you.
ask your question, and remember,
Yeah.
okay, the reason why I disagree with that is because Sony has always been the leading person. They the one who's they've been the Apple of the console generation. Whatever Sony does, that's what people either mimic or because Sony did have PlayStation Plus first. They did. PlayStation Now was the thing before Xbox Game Pass. So even if people wanted to try to use Game Pass versus PlayStation Plus in a subscription service, they still couldn't win that argument because PlayStation did it first. So, but that's exactly my point. PlayStation been an Apple. They've been the Apple of the console market since PS1. So instead of adjusting with the times, people is adjusting to PlayStation. Why should PlayStation? If that's the case, PlayStation will be adjusting to other people. You know what I'm saying? Even when you come to PC things, a lot of games was launching on PC back in the PS3 days. So it's like it's people been trying to catch up to Sony, in my opinion. But like, what was your question?
Nah, my only question was what you just stated. Their biggest strengths right there. The only weakness that Sony ever had was multiplayer. That's always been their weakness. No matter what generation it was a part of. When they tried on
PS3. Nah, you can't say that though.
Yeah, during the PS3 era,
but Sony wasn't weak in it.
No, they were. I didn't say they was weak. What I said was that wasn't their strongest suit. So what I mean by that is they came out with Warhawk. They came out with Killzone, Resistance, and stuff like that. These games were great to us. To me, I don't know if Debbie played. These games were great to us as multiplayer games. But during that time, more people were playing Halo. More people were playing Call of Duty. More people were playing Gears in these games. So then Sony tried MAG. Remember MAG came out? They tried. They even added multiplayer to God of War. You remember that? God of War Essential, they tried to smack multiplayer onto that. They've been trying to get this hit on multiplayer for a long time. For a very long time. PS4 generation, what did they do? They went back to making single player games. You didn't really hear anything about a multiplayer game from Sony PS4 generation.
Exactly, and that's where they started to fill in that section more.
Yeah.
Well, that's when they started to fill in that section. That's why, like, I don't count the PS3 as failures in multiplayer, but like
no.
PS4, you're right. Yeah. The difference about it though, Beast, is that even though they didn't get that one hit, they still had other games though that was there. You still had Resistance, you still had Killzone, you still had Warhawk didn't last too long. Mag really didn't last too long, but I think Mag lasts longer than Warhawk. Or Starhawk, whichever one.
Yes, you was right, Warhawk.
Crap, what was I about to say? They had those other games still there. This moment though, during the PS4, they started to fail because they didn't really have those games. They had third party, nope. Yeah, but they didn't have those multiplayer games. They only had the single player. And you got to remember, the sales were there because of the single player. The sales were there for the multiplayer games in PS3 because of the single player as well. People ain't buy Resistance for the multiplayer. We had it, but they bought it for the single player. People didn't buy
exactly.
Killzone. Most people, a lot of people, there are some people that did buy multiplayer, Killzone for multiplayer, but coming from the other Killzones and everything, but still, it was the single player is what sold the games. So when they came over to PS4, Last of Us had multiplayer, and it still Uncharted had multiplayer, and it still sold well.
Fun multiplayers too.
They didn't have as many. They still had some as well though. So it was like the single player still sold the games. That's always been the case. But they always had multiplayer there that will still bring in that revenue and everything. They have multiples of them, so they still successful. PS5, they ain't got nothing. All because they tried to focus on live service. Number one, which is a different take than a lot of the multiplayer games that y'all was doing from the get-go. So they already doing different type of multiplayer games than they had, right? Then the second thing is The second thing is that yeah, they do get single player titles, but most of them is third party and second party games. A lot of the games they doing for PS3 PS5 is either experimental or sequels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that honestly doesn't run on PS4 as well. So like they kind of doing they just doing so many different things right now. The sales are still there, yeah, because they have they have a legacy. You know what I'm saying? And they improved on other things as well. But I'm just saying, still, when it comes to the multiplayer aspect and why that's failing, why that specific part of Sony is failing, is because it's too different from what they were doing, and what they were doing was already working. It was, at least for their pockets. Maybe not that one game, but all these other games bringing this money towards you. Come on, and they already doing remakes and remasters. We got Demon Souls, and that's exclusive to PS5. You still can only get it on PS5.
Right.
You got
Last of Us 1 and 2.
The Last of Us, that didn't come with multiplayer.
Hey.
Like that's come on, like y'all
So-
already had multiplayer.
So it's safe to say that now I'm just gonna, and this probably be the last bit for the Concord section, but it still relates to Sony. It's clear to say that Sony's best live service game to date is Gran Turismo 7, or Gran Turismo period, because that is a live service game. Safe to say.
Yeah. My stepdad is obsessed. He's like, if anybody, for sure, you know how people always be like, who's keeping this running? My stepdad, he only bought the PlayStation 4 and 5 for Gran Turismo. He has every last wheel set up. He'll wait for however long, and he is like, what people fail to realize what Gran Turismo races, it's like a real circuit. Like he literally be up. I'm like, what do you like? I don't knock it because I'd be inspired by many games, but for people to be stuck on one, like some games can be held down, and people will go and wait forever how long, and they will play that game until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, especially Gran Turismo. That's a system seller. So like, yeah, y'all are on the money when it comes to that game too. But what you were saying about it's Sony's best live service game, Beast?
That's their best live service game, basically.
Yeah.
That's the only game that they got that people will go back and buy over and over again and play online in 1,000 hours.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the number one right now for live service.
I would say Gran Turismo is a first party, right? Is that first party?
Yep.
What studio?
Yeah, they own Polyphony Studio, something like that.
Gotcha.
Hold on,
Okay.
I remember the name of it. Hold on one second. I just can't pronounce it right. I gotta pronounce it right.
Polyphony.
Polyphony Studio. Yeah, Polyphony Digital. Polyphony Digital. There you go.
Yeah, I will agree with that. But yeah, and they don't even count that as they don't count Gran Turismo 7 as one of the 10 live service games either, which is kind of crazy.
Which is crazy.
It's whatever. All right, so what we got up next?
The Black Ops 6, they got a patch for the multiplayer beta, and they fixed a lot of the stuff that was going wrong with like getting your achievements for and then they fixed a lot of the issues that was going on with like your boost, like when you're playing you get the boost and whatnot. And then they also they fixed something else because it was a problem when I was playing with my friends. I'm trying to think, they basically did a patch that and now the multiplayer is open. So I mean, Black Ops 6 is open. So
Beta. The beta.
The beta. My bad. I don't want to.
Yeah, now it's an open beta now.
Yep.
All right, so let me explain what's going on with that. So when I first started playing Black Ops 6, there was a lot of problems, but that's why I call it a beta.
Mm-hmm.
They want to, it's just a test of what they have and what they need to fix on the actual game itself. They fix a lot of different things, and one thing they didn't fix was the packet burst. If you play Call of Duty, you would know what that is. There's a cheat where you can do this packet burst thing and then basically ruin the game. They fixed what was it called? The foot audio. That's the biggest thing in Call of Duty, period.
Yeah.
If you're a camper and you can't hear somebody's footsteps or know what direction the footsteps are coming from, you're gonna lose. You're not gonna know what to do. You're not gonna know what direction the person's coming at. You're not gonna know anything. So they fixed that on the beta. But the beta was very choppier than I would expected it to have been.
Oh.
A lot of lag, a lot of issues. Now we're not talking about
so much to kill people. Like that was what was driving me nuts. And I don't even play. Like this is like the first game I fully immersed myself into. And even the people that I was playing with that are like shooters on the game, it took so long to get some of the kills off. Like, dang, you got to empty the whole clip on these people.
Yeah, the whatever, what do you call that? The hit detection is very off. Remember, Black Ops 6 is using a 8-part body part hit detection now, versus Warzone, which uses 4 parts. Warzone uses like the one part of your body, your bottom part of your body, like the 2 parts. This game is using 8, using different spots of your body. So I don't know if they showed that in the beta because it didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like it. I'm used to playing hardcore too, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it out after the stream. I haven't played it yet, but yeah,
I'm down for that.
Black Ops 6 is looking crazy. They got this new body shield feature, where players can grab another player.
I hate that.
You know what I'm saying? In a vulnerable state, and like the 2 players can talk to each other. So like the voice comm feature that's in Warzone now, the proximity, what do you call it? The
proximity chat.
Why do the weirdos always talk about why? Okay, y'all take something and it could have been fun when they first, but now they're dragging it and they're making it predatory, and I'm like, why are y'all so weird?
It's the
easy white chocolate.
Yeah, of course the internet was going. I don't know why they didn't.
If
Treyarch wasn't prepared for this, that's on them.
Did you see the one clip that's like been making numbers and the way the guy just? I'm like, somebody need to look at his computer and download and see if he got anything on there. I was like, he's like, you're gonna take.
I saw like
and then
3 of them. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop.
It was funny when I seen the first one, but because it wasn't as dragged out. But after that, I'm like, y'all are adults.
Nah, I'm turning.
Just wait till I get to do my videos with the body cam. Y'all see.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh well. Yeah, sir.
Oh my goodness! Don't be cringy. I can talk shit to your ass because I know you. Don't.
Yeah,
I'll be like instant message.
Like, what you said
Now be. Did you whisper in that ear that da 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 da? I'm like.
Man, oh man.
Treyarch know what they was doing with that.
They knew what they was doing. Like cringe.
Because we was already doing it on Warzone.
I can't wait to play zombies though. Zombies or Warzone. I do want to try out the Omni movement though. Like it's the next thing from jetpacks. Literally, like is it boots on the ground, jetpacks, then in the middle you got the Omni movement. Like I like that.
Somebody said the voice talking to the victim. They said that's gonna open up a new level of violations.
Legit,
You're gonna get banned. You're gonna get banned.
Yeah, like,
man, you go PlayStation recording you too, so you might catch a case. Like, yeah.
Like,
definitely gonna catch a case.
You be a weirdo at your own risk. Ting.
If you just so happen to catch a little kid and you say something crazy, it's a clips for you.
Yeah, like my thing is make it fun. You could be like, hey, give me a cookies. Like, something silly like, hey, what you over here doing? Come here. What you over here? Like, make it funny. You don't have to make it cringy. You don't have to be a weirdo. You can make it fun. You can make it off the cuff. But when you start making it predatory and whatever, it's like, you're going to take that. Like, somebody was like, you're going to take that. Just take. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Look, I got one that I premeditated already. I was gonna act like I was sniffing you. Like, that's Gucci? You got Gucci on? And then say some stupid stuff like that. I was gonna do that, but I don't even know if I want to do that no more.
Now somebody did me up, like somebody snatched me up and shielded me. I was like, hold me close. I'm cold. Don't let me go. Like, I was saying stuff like that. Like,
hey, yo.
I see the light. Oh, like, I do stuff like that. But when you make it so like, you gonna take that, I'm like, okay, little Diddy, calm down.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't think of nothing else to say besides some like perverted shit at that point. Like, what's the point of us? What's the point of this feature in the game? Legit. Like, what else are we gonna say? What other interaction are we gonna talk about at this moment right now? Or what?
All right, it's time for math class. What's 5 times 5? What's 5 times 5 right now? Oh, you can't do the kill.
Gun to the head. Name da 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 da. I would take that to the level. Gun to the head. Name a little pump song.
I don't fucking know. Like,
name a little pump song.
That's funny though. That's funny. Supervisor's name. I ain't go that.
Oh my goodness. Well, alright, so
Starfield.
Yeah. How do you like college? I don't know if you actually said how you like your experience so far.
As a new player, oh my God. I literally said this is going to be in my rotation. I'm ready. Because I got 38 kills. And that's for me. I know I don't know how to,
that's the beta.
The beta, I got 38.
Oh.
And I don't ever play, but like, you see, that's why I was waiting. I was like, Beast's going to be proud. Because I don't play that. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you. Well, I know you are, but I've been talking shit to Beast, like, when it comes, like, I'm going to play with you. We're going to be shooting. But I literally enjoy that game so I don't like Scud. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like Scud. Like, I love the game, the feel of it. I didn't like how it took me like 11 times to shoot. Like, we all at the same level because it's a beta. We all started. So I felt like it just took so much to shoot. Like, I had to empty a clip damn near, or that my hits wasn't as effective.
And Black Ops usually is like that too. Where between Modern Warfare and Black Ops the series, Modern Warfare usually have a shorter time to kill, and Black Ops usually have a longer time to kill. And usually every single time a beta comes out, is a longer time to kill than when the official game comes out. They shorten it. Like, it literally happened every single Black Ops. Like, no cap. So yeah, during the official launch, they're gonna decrease the time to kill, most likely.
Okay. I got play of the day. I mean, play of the game for one of mine, and I was just like, me? I did that.
Submit your gameplay.
I was just I gotta clip it because I do have it saved because I was like, no, somebody gonna see this. Y'all gonna see me putting my little work.
Hey, listen, if y'all follow me on Twitter, you guys already know that I posted my Black Ops 6 beta gameplay. I was a monster playing that. I just probably only lost like 2 matches since playing it because I know how to play Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty for a while now. But if we're gonna talk about the differences, at first, I did not respect the Omni movement. I'm sorry. At first, I did not respect the Omni movement. Until somebody super murked me with the super matrix backflip jump thing got me. I'm like, oh yeah, now I know how to use it. And then I tried to use it and I jumped out the window. That video is still on Twitter right now. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do the Omni movement, and I just jumped out the window, and everybody was like coming at me after that. But the Omni movement makes a difference. It's very smooth. I just don't know how they're gonna use it in Warzone. You know, when they do Call of Duty, they don't usually release the new Warzone until halfway through the cycle of Call of Duty. The whenever the new Call of Duty comes out. So Warzone 4.0, whatever the next one's gonna be, I can only imagine what's it gonna be like for the Omni movement in that. It's gonna be bad. But I mastered the Omni movement now, and later on after this podcast, if Fred is gonna really play, we'll see the master at work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Hey, look, I told you I've been waiting for Black Ops 6. So yeah, let's do it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what's the next game we got on our list that just so happens to be another Xbox owned title?
For now.
He said for now.
For now.
Okay. Hold on. 1 year ago, we entered a settled system for the first time on a journey like never before. On September 30th, a new adventure awaits. Dun dun dun! Starfield, Shattered Space.
Has anybody played Starfield here yet?
No, I have not, but I know Freddie be.
I
No surprise!
I did like 40 minutes of it.
Okay, I'm about to.
I got halfway through the game.
Oh.
Not the best Bethesda game.
I was about to ask you, did you get through it because of like once you start, you like finishing, or was it like something that?
I usually like Bethesda games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan. Love all the Fallouts. There's not one Fallout I don't like. It's not that I didn't get through it because it's boring compared to the other games, and I'd rather play a different game. So now they're coming out with a DLC for it. I don't know how to take that because the main game wasn't that great. So what are you gonna add different to the DLC? You know what I mean? I don't know, Fred. Have you ever played Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, Fallout 4?
I played Fallout 3, and honestly, I don't like Bethesda games.
All right, so you
because I think they boring. So the fact that you said that this is more boring than other Bethesda games, bro, you kind of. And I was more excited for this than any other Bethesda game because I don't like Bethesda like that. So this one, I ain't gonna lie, Starfield, I saw the limit. I was like, I know it's not gonna be like a killer freaking game, but I'd rather play this than anything else. You know what I'm saying? Than Fallout, anything like that. It looks like I would, but yeah, that's kind of surprising that hearing this.
Yeah,
to me, Starfield was very boring compared to Fallout and Elder Scrolls, and I like Elder Scrolls too. Skyrim and Oblivion and all that, I like them. You know, I was actually playing Oblivion way before Microsoft ever even brought the damn studio on PS3 when the game didn't even work that much, and Skyrim too. So long time playing that, but it's no real opinion on it. If the game is boring, I don't know what the DLC is gonna do. The game is fucking boring.
I'm happy that y'all have these like in-depth, like, cause y'all know me, I'm the type that I go off suggestions. Now that I go off suggestions and the possibility. If there's a possibility of things, like, that's why I stuck with Cyberpunk, because it's a possibility. If you don't see, like, if the people that I trust to go, like, give honest opinions basically look like, man, and I'm going to be like, man, I'll wait till they change their mind.
So, I can give you a breakdown real quick on why.
Yes.
Versus why I feel like Starfield is boring versus Fallout and Elder Scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
When you play any of the Fallout games, I know Fred said he said those were boring, but like I said, if you play Starfield, you're really gonna be bored. Fallout, if you've seen the series, like the TV series, it kind of plays just like that. If you've seen the TV series of Fallout, it plays like that. That's how the story gets you engaged into what you're going through. New Vegas being my favorite, Fallout 3 being the same thing. You start off the game with a main path. You have a main path, a main quest that you can do. But
Mhm.
somehow, somewhere, you always venture off to do something else. That's a side quest. Is just as
Right.
interesting as a main quest. And then you build your character up, and then you get these perks and all that stuff, right? Same thing with Elder Scrolls. You have a main quest that you can do. You can finish a main quest in 5 to 9 hours,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the side quest is what's the meat and potatoes of the game, and it makes your character stronger. It makes you understand the lore of the game better, and all that, and etc. Well, when you play Starfield, there is none of that. Like, yeah, okay, you have the main quest. When you play the main quest, is the main quest. You don't really care about the side quests like that in Starfield. To me, that's the whole point of playing a Bethesda game, is to get lost and immerse into the game. When you play Starfield, the side quest is just as bad as the main quest.
Damn.
So it wasn't like that in any Bethesda game. And this is supposed to be the biggest Bethesda game ever. And it's owned by Xbox right now. It's owned by Microsoft now. So that was supposed to be like a system seller. Since Starfield has been out, how many times have you heard of it being a game that people went to go buy Xbox for?
No, the only people that I've heard play Starfield are people that have already owned Xboxes.
That's what this is what I'm talking about. You can't can the same thing be said about Spider-Man 2? People bought systems to play Spider-Man 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Miles Morales.
now we get what we're getting at with them. There you go. Any of that stuff. People went and they loved these games from Sony on, their single player games, Spider-Man 2,
Astrobot.
Miles Morales, God of War, Astrobot.
Black Myth
Isn't it back
Wukong.
right now, Astrobot? Black Myth Wukong. Did they talk about Starfield like that? In this light? They did not.
No.
Is this game right here, which I'm about to pull out right now, I'll pull out both of them right now. Are these games not talked about more than Starfield?
They are.
These games are talked about more than Starfield.
Yeah. Fallout.
And if Starfield wasn't in Game Pass, how many sales would have had? How much people would have been talking about it? There you go. I rest my case. Class dismissed.
Class dismissed.
Epic fail. I don't know what's worse, Starfield or Concord, and I really actually don't know what's worse. I'm saying that guy like legit.
Well, obviously, Concourse.
It got to be Concord because we can't even play this shit no more.
They ain't got no fighting chance to redeem themselves to show us anything different because they got them packed up out of here within a month. I'm still stuck on a month.
You know what's crazy?
Y'all didn't like.
Yeah.
My bad. Sony wanted to make history, and they ended up still making history, but not for the right reasons.
That's a good way to put it.
Unless they're one of the people, all press is good press, no matter how bad it is, because you still discuss it. I don't think that's the case, but I'm trying to be optimistic.
I think it might be the fastest game to get shut down at the launch ever. Like, as far as multiplayer, I don't know about everything else, but like legit, like the game of its kind, right? A AAA or AA multiplayer game getting shut down, turned off servers a couple of days after launch. I think it's the first of its kind.
Yes.
But okay,
Yes.
I'm sorry, not going back on Concord, and definitely not talking about Starfield anymore. But thank you, Beast, for that analysis. What's going on with this PS Pro, Debbie?
Okay, PlayStation 5 Pro just announced that next week. It says Lunatic Ignis. I don't know if I'm saying that last part right. The State of Play is featuring the first party games coming September 19th or 20th. So you got to keep in mind that none of this has been confirmed by Sony, but what do y'all think of... First, I want to know what y'all think about the design. Like, do y'all like that? Because I know how you feel about aesthetics, Freddie.
I do. I like it. I like it. It looked like the PS5 got a haircut. That's what it looked like it did. Like literally,
They got that Ozempic.
I think it was a big debate about which like people prefer different PlayStation consoles, the design of it, and they all look different. You know what I'm saying? They all look the same.
Mhm.
You know, they all look similar, but they have different designs. I still think the base PS4 is the best console design that they have ever created. Um,
Really?
yes, that's my favorite one. But
I love the 3.
yeah, a lot of people say the PS4 though, PS4 base. Like I kind of hate it, but it's kind of a common answer. Um, but either way it go, like I like the PS5 design because it's literally the same every single iteration. You got the PS5, and then you got the Slim, which is literally the PS5 but smaller, and then you got the Pro, which is literally the smaller PS5 with a haircut. Like it's just it's seamless. All their peripherals all look the same. The PlayStation 5 remote player is literally a DualSense but with a screen in the middle. The case that the DualSense Edge come in looks like the freaking rich like the regular PS5 DualSense. Everything is just seamless and it looks very modern and seamless. I really like it. Yeah, I really like it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
My only thing, can you change the color of the light? Because my favorite color is not gonna be like the stuff I be like wanting to do with mine. I'm not, and I wouldn't even skin. It's so cute. I like it. Like I told y'all the last time we discussed the PlayStation Pro, I'm not getting it right away like I would have, like I did the 5, because I don't have no issues with my 5. Me and it is like we locked in, like, but I be peeking around the corner because that it's just so sleek. Like
All right.
it got that sexy look to it. Like, hey, I can see you sitting on my shelf, baby. Like, you know,
If I didn't need
I
another
mean,
PS5, I could avoid it. But like, I to your point though, I do hope the same thing. I think the PS5 the light bars the three since it's three of them now, just go crazy with it.
yeah.
I think they should match the colors on your controller, and if anything, they can match like the sound that's happening on the console. So like it's like
Oh, that's
RGB lights
nice.
flashing based on like
Yeah,
um the sound design in the game or what you're doing in the game.
yeah.
Like you already got it with the motion. I mean with the yeah with the motion. I mean not the motion control with the haptic feedback and the DualSense. It's probably the same thing to program. You know what I'm saying? Like or it's not as you can easily program it just like how you do with the DualSense. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think they should go crazy. You got three freaking light bars. Go crazy with it. What's the point of having a fresh cut if you can't show it off? You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't got the fit to match
Exactly.
it.
So, and then
Great analogy.
this is just them like assuming, because you know Sony hasn't said anything about showcasing it, but I mean, it'd be nice to see how it went, how it runs, how it moves, how it. I want to see the features, because for you to be that style and you're a pro, I want to see the with it.
Right. Because it got to be
I'm
something.
That's
excited.
where
You look the exact same as the original PlayStations. You have to like it has to be some type of selling point then. Besides it looking like you got a haircut, like it has to have some type of functionality that like it is known for. You know.
Mhm.
right, right. See,
Um.
now that's where you have to look at the past iterations of the Pro, which has only been one Pro in the PlayStation
Yeah.
lineup ever, which is the
True.
PS4 Pro.
Mhm.
And the gimmick with the PS4 Pro was a 4K, obviously, and then the PS4 was a regular 1080p. Now we're not going to 8K; it's strictly 4K. So with the PS4 Pro, the only gimmick that I can see is the frame rates being a little better because we have a 10% CPU boost, right?
Mhm.
And the other thing was the graphical capabilities, which they're gonna invest into ray tracing.
No. Oh
I said it
yeah.
last time we streamed. We did the podcast. I don't really see that much of a big difference in ray tracing. I can literally put on ray tracing on one game, and then I can put on ray tracing on another game. What I think they're gonna do with the Pro more than anything is the fact that instead of having a performance mode and a quality mode, I think all games are gonna be at quality 60. How you feel about that? That's what I think, because the PS4, PS5, I mean, rather, some games I mean, most games I play at performance mode. because you want the 60 FPS. You don't want to be playing at 30 FPS. But there was one game in particular that I did platinum and played the whole entire game in quality mode, which I don't really do that often, which was Horizon Forbidden West, because Horizon Forbidden West is the best looking PS5 game to date to me.
I love that
Still
game.
to this day.
I gotta finish
Yeah.
that, but yes, I love that game.
And you can forget about what how you feel about the story or whatever. That game looked good. So on the PS5 Pro, are we looking at like quality mode only things where the games are almost always running at quality mode, but quality mode at 60 FPS? That if we can do that on a PS5 Pro, day one.
If you wanna be a pro, then I would hope so. Like it just makes sense. Like if that's the case, then you might as well stick with the
PS5.
Like if you're not gonna give them something to, because I'm not getting it yet, so I say them. If you're not gonna give them something to like hold them over, or like, I don't know. I mean, the look of it. A lot of people like to get stuff based off the look, so the looks alone will get people to slide in, and the size. Like, I don't know. This is gonna be interesting.
The way you made that sound crazy.
Well, because I don't think like that. Y'all just some men nasty.
Anyways, but
what you
size matters.
About that it should have. What should it have?
You asking me or her?
Him, you.
Which I was just.
I didn't say that should have.
I'll have to zone.
Oh, I was just saying. Oh no! I was just saying that. So like we have these different graphic modes and presets on the games that we have out right now. So like you can play Black Myth Wukong in performance mode and quality mode. If the Pro can like be like, we don't need to have a performance mode and a quality mode on the Pro. We could just have a quality mode which basically has everything, but we can run it at 60 FPS.
Oh yeah.
Best we can. That will be a selling point right there, along with the ray tracing. But like I said, I'm gonna say it again. I said it probably 3 streams in a row. When I had my PS4 Pro versus my PS4, I noticed a big difference on certain games. Games looked better. Games ran better. Mm-hmm. I could not play Borderlands 3 at 60 FPS on my original PS4. Right. I could play Borderlands 3 on my PS4 Pro at 60 FPS. Right. It made a hell of a difference playing that. So if the PS5 Pro can do the same type of thing where we don't need these, I never liked these performance modes because we never had none of this stuff back in the day, right? PS2, did we have a performance mode? No. PS3, did we have a performance mode? No. PS4, did we have a performance mode? We didn't. We only had a performance mode when it came to the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. PCs always had the ability to do whatever you wanted to do. If whatever hardware you got is whatever hardware you got. So I don't really like the option of having it. I like the fact that I can just play the game. But I get it. You can play certain games at 1080p 60 or 2K, which is 1440p 60. And if you want to play at a fat 4K, you're going to have to downgrade to 30, or you have a balance mode. I think Ratchet & Clank got like 5 modes. So if the PS5 Pro can like eliminate some of those options and just be like the standard, that I'm sold on it.
I think that is the way it's going to go. That's where it should go, right? Because I think the PS5 Pro is going to aim for, 60 FPS quality mode, pretty much, right? 4K 60. And it should. I don't think that it's going to be every game, though. I do see the case where it'd be like, maybe like an 1800p, 60 FPS types of game.
Fine.
You know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much mimicking. I think the PS5 Pro is going to have games mimic how they first party games run. So like the first party games mostly run at 4K 60, upscaled 4K 60, native 4K 60, or maybe like at 1800 or 1620 something p, 60 FPS. I think the PS5 Pro is going to have those third party games do that, and they're going to try to like push really most games to 4K 60. I don't think we're going to get to that point though until the next console, like where Literally, like all the games are running at 4K 60, which we should have been at. I think we should have been at with the PS5. That's why I bought the PS5. To be honest with you, from the PS4 Pro, right? But yeah, it's just I think the software with the ray tracing that's bringing it in with the software, the PS VR, PS SR, whatever they call it, that's gonna really
PSR.
push. That's gonna push the edge to where we're gonna get those 4K 60 games because we're gonna get it from the software. And then I think PS6 really gonna go crazy with ray tracing. Like we'll get 4K 60 ray tracing. You know what I'm saying? Because we getting the ray tracing in a lot of these games, but they're like at a balance, like maybe like 1440p, 40 frames a second type deal. You know what I'm saying? And that's really for first party games. I ain't even I was talking about Spider-Man at that point, Miles Morales. I ain't talking about all these other games, so they don't even have those options. But yeah, I don't know. Ray tracing itself is gonna come last, I think. Like we got HDR, we got 4K, we got the 60 FPS, we even got 100 FPS. I think people are really gonna get those when PS6 come out. We should really be getting 4K 120 FPS games running steadily without VRR. You know what I'm saying? But since we got VRR, I really think ray tracing is really. Ray tracing is really gonna be the last thing that really like evolves on console, because you can do everything else way better first, and then focus on ray tracing after that. Because it's not like PC. It's good, but it's not like PC. But yeah.
So did we think back in the day, real quick, that the PS5 was going to be able to run these games 4K 60? Because when all right, so no. So what I mean by back then is like, so when they announced it, so we seen what the PS4 Pro can do. Granted, for those who don't know, that PS4 is using like a very weak CPU, right? Mm-hmm. It's a CPU that is found in notebooks or netbooks or whatever those books are called, or the cheapest laptops you can get. That was the CPU that they was using. The GPUs were fine. When the PS5 came out and they said that they was using, console,
you know, like yeah.
No, of course, of course. Then they came out with the Zen 2. They was talking about, you know, they was using the Zen 2 for the PS5s, right? And they was gonna have a different graphics card. That's what I mean by like, did we think that it was really gonna do 4K 60? Because right after they said Zen 2, they announced Zen 3 like 2 months right after that, and then we're up to Zen 5 now. So, who is that? That's Bobby in the house. What up, Bobby?
He changed his picture. Did he change his picture?
I don't know. My picture's the same.
I don't know why it looked different to me.
But you know, like
I was looking at the YouTube picture that you have.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, Beast had saved me because I didn't see Bobby come in. But yeah, what up?
Well, on my side, the stream died, so I had to jump in and see if something was wrong.
Hold on, okay. I was just looking at it.
The stream's still up.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it popped up saying it turned off.
Yeah, it's still up
on YouTube. Yeah, and they even got a spot for you, Bobby, right there.
Oh my! Well, since it's got a spot for me, I might as well stay.
Oh, I didn't even see you say anything to me about Ghost of Tsushima. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was looking at the chat, but I was.
I do think that PS5 though, it's not gonna be absolute. Like none of these upgrades gonna be absolute. Like even if we get the upgrade with the hardware, not every game will be running at 40, 60 F, which is kind of crazy, but that's still the reality of the situation. Like even when we get to the
every
PS6,
generation they do that.
They do.
What you saying?
Nah, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you go ahead. What's up?
I was saying every generation they did that. So when they first got to the HD era, 1080p, you know, they was trying to exaggerate, saying that okay, we're gonna run these games at 1080p. Damn near half the games on PS3 don't run at 1080p. It wasn't until the next generation where the game still didn't run at 1080p. PS4 wasn't running games at 1080p, just like Xbox One wasn't running games at 1080p. They had to downsize the resolution in order to run certain games. It wasn't until PS5 that games are running at past 1080p.
Nah, they was running native at 1080p on PlayStation on PS4.
Depends
not
on the game.
not all of them though. But that's exactly how I was getting at too. Like you're gonna have some exceptions. You're gonna have some different, based on the game. You know what I'm saying? Every game is different. But it's like don't you know how Astro Bot is, right? Astro Bot is a platformer. At the end of the day, it's a platformer. Platformers did not used to look like that. You know what I'm saying? They were like 2D animated, you know what I'm saying, or hand drawn things. Like platformers were they weren't like computer generated 3D animated, you know what I'm saying, types of games like that. But now we got Astrobot, you know what I'm saying, a metallic, realistic metallic character going through these realistic modern worlds and stuff like that. I feel like, well, one, that's a developer, you know what I'm saying, developing the game. They put their vision out there, right? But still, I feel like that's what I want to expect from future generations, and I mean mid-gen refreshes as well. Like, the stuff that we already doing, it should be working so flawlessly that we get a more quality product at the end, right? Like I don't care about the PS5 doing something new, because the PS4 Pro, 4K 60, but it also brought us HDR too, which was enabled on the first PS4, but still that was something new, right? 60 FPS, I guess that was kind of new to the console, but we already had Call of Duty and everything, which always run at 60, and fighting games, so it's not like we wasn't used to 60. But I don't want the PS5 Pro to bring something new. I just wanted to improve upon things to the point where it's like we going from a Castlevania to Astrobot. You get what I'm saying? Like those are both platformers, but
so
a little bit different.
Apparently, the reveal is supposed to be next week, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully a showcase, because
September.
I ain't gonna lie, I know I was ranting on about this. I want to get just my last point on here. Bruh, if we get another state of play, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. We need a showcase, especially if it's all first party. Like, okay, cool. Your other state of plays weren't first party games. Okay, cool. So now you're gonna have a first party state of play? No. Like, yeah, that sounds cool and all, but we need a showcase at this point, especially if it's first party.
We haven't had a showcase in how many years? I mean, how many months?
Since that last time they showed off, they were making Knights of the Old Republic remake and some of those other ones.
Wolverine?
Yeah. That was the last time they had a full-on showcase.
That was around 2 years ago.
Most of the time it's just been state of play.
So talking on that real quick, we need to see what these studios are up to. We haven't heard anything from Sucker Punch. We haven't heard anything from Naughty Dog besides them canceling out Last of Us factions or whatever. Santa Monica, we don't know what they're doing next. These are Sony's big hitters, and what's the other studio? We're missing one. Insomniac, we know what they're doing. They're working on Wolverine. We need to figure out what they're doing with their first-party studios, because we haven't heard anything from them in a long time. They're doing a lot of the Fred, what was the thing called? Not third-party, second-party games. They're doing a lot of those. Stellar Blade is a second-party game. They don't own that studio. Final Fantasy, that's a third-party studio, but it was exclusive to PlayStation at the time. It's going to PC now. We don't know what Sony's doing at all. right now.
So this is my thing. I'm okay with that because I know a lot of people are saying that, but I'm okay with that because Sony has games that they can focus on that's coming out before, most likely before the games that those studios are working on coming out. Unfortunately, you got a Fair Games that's about to come out next year, sometime next year I think. I believe, or that Bungie game. Something is coming out early next year. They have as far as new games, they got that. They got dang, well, I'm blanking on something. Venom. When ain't Venom supposed to be coming out this year? At the end of this year?
Yeah, but that might get canceled because of the whole leak.
Where is that at though? Because Wolverine coming out next year, and they said, I believe the leak said Venom was coming out at the end of this year, or Insomniac had said that they was expecting Venom to come out pretty soon, but like sometime this year. I'm expecting something from Spider-Man from Insomniac because they said that they in so many different forms, either we found out or they said, but they supposed to be having something coming out pretty soon. So
are you not talking about a DLC?
Yeah, but PlayStation already said that they wasn't releasing anything until next year. So don't plan on anything to come out this year besides Astrobot. They said that like last year when that whole incident happened. They had like that whole little thingy where everybody was like plastering it all over IGN, Kotaku, and some other places.
Was it a leak you talking about?
No, it was them saying that they don't have any major games for their IPs to come out anytime soon until 2025.
I actually remember that.
So when is Venom supposed to be coming out? Just hypothetically.
But no, is Venom gonna be a DLC for Spider-Man 2? That's what I want to know.
Well, we don't know, but Insomniac was saying that they wanted to gauge the audience to see. They was planning on a full-on game like Miles Morales. That's what they were planning on doing. And if my thing is that they could have just focused on that and did the exact same thing they did with the PS5. Miles Morales was the game for the PS5. Of course, Ratchet and Clank, but Ratchet and Clank wasn't there at launch. If my memory is correct.
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank wasn't there at launch. The only thing that was there at launch was Astro's Playroom and Miles Morales. Those were the only two PS4, PS5 games, and Demon Souls, Demon Souls. So you got a pro console mid generation. You don't even gotta have that many games. All you need is one. You need one new game, and it can be a smaller, shorter game like Miles Morales, which would have been Venom, and then use your other games that just came out to showcase what this system can do, and some third-party games. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all, and that's your showcase right there. And then explain what the system can do. That's an entire showcase right there. Minimal effort. All we did was really showcase one new game, and everything else you can play right now, and it's from other people. And all we did was explain the console, and that's it. It's not that difficult to I mean, of course it's an event, but still it's not that difficult to plan out the event with content, because you don't really need that much content. Half the event gonna be talking about the console. I don't know. PlayStation they should have had a showcase, and then they could have kept all them other the first party studios like the Santa Monica stuff like that. They could have saved all that for next year. But we ain't got no game right now for the PS5 Pro.
What do you think Santa Monica's working on right
now? I think they're gonna do another God of War, either centered around Atreus or Egypt, or both.
So you think?
Well, the one good thing though is PlayStation's been releasing games out the barn. Like they through this entire year, PlayStation has released like probably more games than Xbox has in over 1 year.
That's true. That is very true, and that's something that we definitely have to take into account. But we are talking about specifically first party studios as well, because those are the ones who's been really lacking. Helldivers 2 was a second party studio. Final Fantasy is a second party studio turned into a third party studio.
Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade is a second party studio. All these games, granted, yes, they are PlayStation games, and again, that's to take into account. But there are studios that PlayStation own that we don't know nothing what they're doing, and it's okay to me because if it's not ready or if it's not near ready, don't show me. I'm okay with that. I don't want you to show me something and then I gotta wait 2, 3, 4 years.
Fred,
but
you've been a PlayStation fan since how long?
Since PS1, I mean, yeah. I
Then
don't like
PS1
PS1 as much like that.
PlayStation is when it comes to holding on to their information, because PlayStation doesn't leak shit except for unless it gets hacked or leaked. Because they're notorious for keeping things under wrap until they're ready to show it off.
Right, and that's what got a lot of people speculating, like, why haven't we heard anything then from these studios, even if through a leak? Like, if people are not hearing anything from these studios through a leak, then it's kind of like...
Well, that's a good thing. That means nobody's hacking them, and they actually could make their game in peace and then bring it out when they need to.
But Sony has been hacked. They've been hacked a couple times since these studios' last games.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, like, I'm not saying that they should get hacked. It's just, I just understand the other side of the talk when it comes to these studios and what they're making. Like, yeah, I can see like why people are frustrated that we don't know what these studios are making, what they're doing. But I'm just on the side that I'm okay with that if they play their cards right. But they're not even playing their cards right. So it's just like, man, like, at this point, I gotta be on the side with the with the people. Like, okay, well, y'all first party studio games at this point, because we ain't got no Venom, we ain't got no showcase for the PS5 Pro. Y'all ain't got nothing besides Astrobot, which is, you know, the games that came out this year has been fun, been incredible still, but like I'm still giving y'all my money, so there gotta be some type of accountability. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm just happy for one thing that they're doing, though, is bringing games to the console. Like, sure, they're not first-party games, but they're still games that people are excited to play.
Yeah, which is still something to take into consideration. Definitely. But yeah. Well, any more thoughts? I know I've been rambling on about this PS5. It's about to get announced, so I just had to get my thoughts out. I'm gonna be real with you.
Well, the one thing I feel cheated about was we got the PlayStation Pro coming up, probably this year or next year. A lot of people just generally get their hands on a PlayStation 5 because of the scalpers. So basically anybody who didn't have it day one got super lucky when they bought it day one. But generally, a lot of people are slowly moving over to the PlayStation 5, which now a lot of people will just wait for the PlayStation Pro.
Now they have a reason to do so. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure when we see the showcase, we're gonna have a reason to do so, because more and more games are being released just on PlayStation 5 and not PS4 or whatever system you came from. So
the Beast, they might show off that what was that other live service game that they've been working on, Fair Game?
Yeah, that's all I just said.
I mean, they can show whatever live service game they want, but if it ain't good, or if they're gonna shut it down like Concord, we don't need to see that shit.
Honestly, if it looks like shit, just already take it off already, because that trailer they showed off for it was not appealing whatsoever.
Yeah, I care less until the live service. Concord struck me because Sony made a move that they didn't make before, which is they brought the studio before the game even released. How often does Sony buy a studio before a game is released? They brought Firewalk before the game is released. So I'm like, there has to be something here. There is something there, but the fact that it was a hero shooter, 2024, kind of killed it. And the fact that it wasn't in PlayStation Plus and etc. Blah blah blah, that also played a big part in it too. So I don't know about any more live service games they could do. They better stick with Helldivers and try to get another 2 more live service games. Just like Fred was saying, just keep bringing the games on more and more. If we like this shit, we like this shit. We don't like this shit, we don't like this shit.
Hit or miss.
That's really it. Yeah, if it hits, it hits.
I don't see them making a Helldivers 3. At least not anytime soon.
No, not anytime soon. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Helldivers 2 is that type of. Helldivers 2 is that type of game to die down, like, and then rise back up when the next big drop DLC come out, and then go back down. It's not finna get back to the numbers that it was at. Like, yeah, definitely, it's not getting back to those numbers.
You can actually see it struggling because the robots and also the bugs are getting closer to the planet, to Earth, for Helldivers 2.
Oh, really?
There's still a hardcore race that's trying to keep them back, but.
For a game like that, you gotta always have more content, more reasons for people to play. It was a trend. A lot of games are a trend. When you have a game that's a trend, it's almost like a sneaker that's a trend. It's almost like a clothes that's a trend. It's only a trend for a minute, and then after a while, people are like, you know what, we're going back to that old stuff that we really, really, really like.
Yeah, and
nothing's wrong with Helldivers.
And Helldivers is a co-op game. It's not a competitive PvP game. You know what I'm saying? So it's even with it even if it had like sustain and granted, they could have put way more content to the game and put like been on a better cycle, but the rate at which they was doing it, and they still doing it, is still okay for the game that it is, because people not going to stick with a game like Concord for months and months and months and months and months. You know, then they're going on years, because it's not that type of game. People will come back to it though, like, and it has so many opportunities for people to come back to it and spend their money back on the game. It's not that time right now again for the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on this resting period right now.
Yeah, sorry.
It took them 8 years to get there, though. That's what my problem is. It took y'all 8 years to let it last for a month, and then you.
And you could have took half that time working on a remake of Resistance and having way more better of an outcome.
People would have definitely hopped on it for nostalgia purposes, for sure.
Well, the one good thing about Helldivers 2, though, is that everything that you can do in the game, like, you can get all those little blue currency money thingies and actually buy DLC.
Right.
Which really comes in handy, because that's good to buy DLC inside of the game instead of actually paying real money for it.
Right. And
they gotta kind of take the Diablo approach, where, like, after a while, so like right now, like you just said, all the bugs and robots are coming closer to where nobody's playing. They should take the approach and like add things every week. Every week there's something different happening, something new happening. Because if you leave things stagnant for too long on a game like that,
they have been doing that. They've been giving out like different missions that you can do, and then they will reward you with a new gun for free. And some other things here and there if you do that mission.
Different missions, though. It has to be more than different missions, though. You're gonna have to add something dramatic, make people want to come back and play every week. That's why Destiny was so good for a while, because Destiny kept doing things like that all the time, and people kept coming back to play Destiny and stuff like that. You got to do the same thing with Helldivers. You're gonna keep it like that, because Destiny.
I think we remember Destiny different.
We remember Destiny different. How?
I don't remember Destiny ever bringing out anything over each month or week, allowing you to try something new there, besides the paid DLCs.
No, they definitely did. They did the weekly challenges where you have a gun that you can only get for 1 week, and if you missed that week, you didn't get that gun. They had that for a while.
Yeah, they did.
They had that for a while. It was the weekly challenges, and then you did the weekly raid, and then once that raid was done.
And then they had the app correlate. They had the app correlate with the game, and you had to go. Yeah, I used to love Destiny. I still do.
Yeah.
I don't remember a weekly dungeon though.
They used to do that all the time. Every week there was something different you had to do. Something, like weekly challenges, weekly mission or whatever. They should do that with Helldivers, because if I joined Helldivers, and the only game I play is Helldivers. And then every guy come, I already did everything. Guess what? I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do anything on Helldivers because it's not a PvP. It's not a PvP. I can't go and
most
fight
people
nobody.
will just get the platinum and be done.
That's the problem when you have a game that's not a PvP. You're not going against nobody. There's no incentive to play. There's no incentive to do anything else after you did everything already for the week. There's nothing to do. Like, that's the reason why I don't play now. I can go and I can get to the highest level that it possibly is right now, and get to the highest level, unlock everything, and after that, well, then what? What do I have after that? Call of Duty, Warzone. I can make content with it, and there's always something to do. There's always something to do in all these other games. Diablo, there's always something to do. On Helldivers, once you're done, that's it. That's what Sony needs to know. That's why I'm saying that Sony wasn't 100% good with multiplayer games, because now in this day and age is instant gratification. You need to always have something going on. Every week, every day has to be something different going on, some kind of award that people feel good about. If you don't feel good about it, nobody's going to play. And that's why you see the numbers drop. That's all.
Well, it also is because a new game comes out and people want to play that.
Hey, shit, Black Myth Wukong got my attention.
I'm happy you mentioned Black.
I was about to say, speaking of that too, we can go into
How
Black
far have you guys gotten into that game yet?
Yeah, so Debbie, how much did Black Myth Wukong sell in 2 weeks?
Crazy. They literally sold 18 million copies in the first 2 weeks, It's one of the first fastest selling games ever. Revenue is estimated to be over 700 million. The game's budget was only 70 million, so that's paper. And the major game is in development.
The game's budget was only 70 million. And they sold, how much did they sell again, Debbie?
100 million.
Yeah, 18 million copies in 2 weeks.
18 million copies.
18 million
70
copies
million budget. Sony, take notes. You spent $200 million on Concord, and then they spent 70 million on Black Wukong, and they outsold you already.
But you want to know what makes it even better?
Go ahead.
Not even the fact that they sold 18 million copies. It's an actually good game to boot.
It is a good game, but Freddie did say have a good point. Freddie had a good point the other week. It's a first game that they made. It's a first. It's definitely a first. You can tell by the way that when you're running around looking for shit and trying to figure out what to do, I'm pretty sure if they made another game, it won't be like that. But you could tell it's a first game for them. But it's a great game.
I wish for it to be faster. Like, it needed to be faster. Concord really needed to have a little faster pace to it. Yeah, because it was very slow on its, like, when you ever tried running away or trying to dodge or trying to get to a right spot fast enough to get back into the battle, you notice that your character doesn't really sprint as fast as it should.
Yeah. Concord, you're talking about Black Myth Wukong.
Black Myth.
Concord.
Oh,
okay. No, I'm talking about Concord. Because that game felt very slow to me. When I played the beta, I was like, fuck, this is slow.
We talking about Black Myth right now. Bobby.
Yeah.
Well, you were also talking about Concord a few moments too, so I was just putting my 2 cents in for that.
Oh no.
Look, you gotta let people know though, like, because we ain't know what you was talking about. That was the thing, like, but dang, I ain't gonna lie, I'm playing Black Myth. I'm playing it more and more. I got a couple bosses. I probably could pull up the gameplay in a second, but like I don't know how many bosses I went to now. Like, it's probably like my 9th or 10th boss. Like, I haven't got to like no chapters or anything like that, so I don't know what chapter I'm on. I know people keep talking about they on chapter such and such, such and such. I probably ain't unlocked the different chapters yet. I don't know, but either way it go. Yeah, it's.
Do y'all realize something? Not to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
The Concord spent 200 million.
It made 200
I just said that.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
200 million for that.
They didn't make 200 million. They spent 200 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it just baffles me. They spent that much on a game that they ended in a month.
Legit.
It just
not even a month.
Not even a month. I'm like,
then they refund it, so.
Do y'all think? Okay, here's a
I ain't get the
curiosity.
refund yet.
Here's a what if question. Do y'all think that if they would have just like let it ride out, it would got better if they did like more like? Do you think that they was too quick to pull the trigger or what?
Nah, I think it was
way too
smart.
quick to pull the trigger.
You say
Freddie
what?
said,
Yeah,
oh,
I have to agree with Freddie. I think they had to pull the trigger because that game was dead on arrival for a lot of issues that it just had.
Yeah. What did you say, Beast?
Even Beast here was trying to ramp it up so hard
I don't think they should have pulled the trigger this early. But what I think they should have did is, hey guys, this game is now free to play on PlayStation Plus. Had they did that, they would have it would have lasted longer. They would have built a fan base for the game. It would have lasted long enough for the Amazon series to come out, and then they could have made something out of it. But if you just kill something, look, Anthem came out. You remember Anthem? Anthem came out. They gave that game 7 months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
Anthem is not a better game than Concord. Anthem is not a better game than Concord. There's a lot of live service games that came out that was not better than Concord, and they killed Concord within not even a month. Not 1 month. They gave Concord after spending $200 million. So pulling the cord this quick.
Anthem did have more storyline and more content than Concord.
And it failed too. Because you still had to pay for the game.
They
overhyped
it like they did for like a lot of games over the course of that year.
Right. So what I'm saying is the fix for the problem, if you pay $200 million for something, and the only thing you could have had done to make some kind of money or build a brand out of something is to put it on PlayStation Plus, but you just kill it. If you would have put it on PlayStation Plus, I promise you, more people would have played the game. More people would have played the game. More people would have invested in the game. More people would have watched the damn Amazon thing, and they might have been invested in it. That would have gave people incentive to have PlayStation Premium, because a lot of people don't even have PlayStation Premium right now. They have the either Essential or Plus or whatever the middle tier is.
I think
I honestly think they were going by that.
Oh, my mama calling. You know, mamas come first. Sorry.
You good? Beast, I ain't gonna lie. I think,
Bobby.
I think that's the reason why they didn't put it on Plus. Because I feel like I personally I think they should have put it on Plus before. You know what I'm saying? Before it launched. But I think they didn't put it on Plus because they forget it. This game is projected. They can see all the comments. They can see all the projection, the pre-order numbers. Is projected to fail. So let's just see how much we get just in case, you know what I'm saying, that first initial launch. And yeah, if it's okay, it's what we predicted. Let's just pull the plug on it, and then it doesn't sound like Concord is dead forever from their wording. So that's what I'm saying. I think it's kind of smart because the whole move is, you can tell the whole move is and everything together. I think is smart. The whole move together, all the pieces. I think that's a smart move. You can see they may revitalize it later on, but fuck it. Let's just, instead of spending so much maintenance costs on the online servers, keeping the servers up, you know what I'm saying, spending time on the cinematics like what they promised, you know what I'm saying, just doing all that stuff. They're forget it, let's cut our losses where we cut them, and then come back another time, but we'll focus on something else for right now. And trust me, I hate it because Predecessor, that's a game that went offline. You know what I'm saying? So, and we got it back. I was waiting so long to get this game back, and now I finally got it back. Trust me, I know how it feels.
Change his name?
But I think it's best to do it like this, because what if it still failed, and then they got to pull the servers after a couple of months? Now you got people way more invested into the characters, into the world and everything, and it's just still not sustainable for them to keep up.
But if you would have just said, hey, look, we made a mistake, this game should have been in PlayStation Plus, you would have got more people to hop on PlayStation Plus Premium or PlayStation whatever PlayStation Plus game. You would have got more subscriptions on it. How often do people just go and say, hey, I'm only going to do 1 month of PlayStation Plus? They don't do that. They don't do the 1 month. They're gonna stay for a while until you give them a reason not to have it. Just like Netflix. You get on Netflix until you give them a reason to not be on Netflix anymore. They could have expanded their numbers with this game. That's what I'm saying. That's what they should have did. They should have kept it. I mean, now granted, they already came out with the game for $40. That was the first mistake number one. The way to fix that quickly was to give everybody the refund for the game, release the game on PlayStation Plus. You already have the advertisement, the endorsement, the controller, the probably the serial GIFs and all that. They could have just released it in there. People would have played it. It would have ended up being a bigger game than what it was because people would have started enjoying it more. Because the game was, like I said, if the game was a bad game, I would never vouch for it. The game was a good game, so I do vouch for it. And how they did that, and they would have just cut their losses on that instead of just cutting their losses before they even gave the thing to grow, it would have been better. They have had worse titles grow and spent more money on worse titles than Concord and lasted with that for generations.
Yeah. Hey, you saw that Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man game was canceled. And that probably could have did way more numbers than any other fair games, anything they bringing out.
How much do you think they spend on Last of Us Factions?
Spider-Man game probably would.
Bro,
but the only problem with that is how
Last of Us Factions?
I'm not even a Last of Us Factions player like that. Like, I've only played it one time.
Had like 7 million in it.
Man, I think that's their biggest.
7 million?
Yeah, I think they put 7 million into the game before they pulled it.
Factions?
Nah, they put
Factions
more
too?
Factions, they had to have put way more than that in there.
Yeah.
The game was in development for just as long as the damn Concord.
Because, I mean, they still,
it was
you still got to...
for 7 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you still got to take
so
into account, too, The Last of Us 2 itself as a game. You know, they put a lot of money into the game, into the sequel. So they had to automatically put that into the multiplayer because that's the multiplayer for the second game. You know what I'm saying? So it can't just be 7 million.
Tuckman said that they were making something new. So
Which I'll
real quick,
find out what that is.
Real quick. Alright. How much money did they spend on Last of Us 2? I know I'm getting off track, but I really want to know how much money did they spend on Last of Us 2 and how much did it sell? Because Last of Us 2...
The OG original one or the remake?
No. Last of Us... Well, the original. The one on that was launched on PS4. How much did they spend on that?
Hold on.
Because this is what we gotta go at. Because a lot of people got a lot of hate for Last of Us 2. And I just wanna bring this...
220 million. Around.
And how much did the game sell? So 220 million they spent on Last of Us 2. This is the original PS4 version.
And how much did this? It took 220 million to develop, but let me see how much. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, remember a lot of people were very salty that Joel died.
I know that. But you didn't have to say that because maybe we have some followers that didn't even know that yet.
If you haven't played it by now, something's wrong.
I haven't played 2 yet.
That game's been out for a couple years now.
I haven't played 2 yet. I got it, but I haven't played it yet.
You heard news about that? Everything that's going on in that?
They leaked it.
That was like the biggest. Yeah, that was like the biggest little hootenanny thingy for that game before it even released.
I think it was one of my decisions why I didn't want to play it.
See?
Well, you get so used to playing as Joel, and then sometimes when they get to that little part with Ellie.
How much they made?
250 in revenue. Let me see something.
So they made $30 million off the game.
Yeah. It says Sony blunder by revealing the cost of, like, this was back in last year when I was looking up something.
Yeah, when Sony was still releasing their information about how much their games are making. Now they don't do it anymore. Yeah. They keep that under lock.
Xbox don't do it either. So Xbox don't do it. I think Nintendo only do it with certain games depending on the game.
Yeah, but
Go ahead, Fred.
Nah, what you about to say?
No, I was just saying if you paid $220 million to develop a game and you only make $30 million out of the game, That's not good. I mean, you got a Netflix series off of it. You got a lot of merch and everything off of it. But that's a lot of money.
Well, that season 2 might kickstart it though. People might rebuy the remastered version of The Last of Us 2 for that new season of The Last of Us TV show.
And that's probably why they're doing that. It's probably why they did the PS5 versions of the game because of that.
Well, the Last of Us 1's remaster looks pretty. It's actually a pretty looking game. Besides it running on PC, because on PC you run like shit, but for the PlayStation 5 version of The Last of Us looks pretty good.
Right. All right.
So what do y'all think about the all the raving reviews and the Metacritics for Astrobot?
Well deserved.
We got the biggest flop from PlayStation in the year, and then the greatest success from PlayStation in the year as well, I think. Something like that.
Well, PlayStation has always been trying to make its mascot. Like, it had Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. But now I think PlayStation has actually got their main mascot that they can actually be like, oh, we can make a trilogy off of this guy.
If I'm not mistaken, too, I don't think their first party games got to a 93 before. Like, maybe not before, but in PlayStation 5 generation, I don't think they got a 93 Metacritic score.
Yeah, which some people are like already questioning for Game of the Year.
Yeah,
definitely not Game of the Year.
There's so many games that came out this year that could win Game of the Year, though.
Astrobot's not gonna be one that's gonna win Game of the Year. I'll tell you that right now.
I think it should be nominated though. I ain't gonna lie.
It's definitely gonna get nominated.
I was definitely thinking it was gonna get nominated before it even launched. Like I think it is that Super Mario World or Galaxy type of game, man. You know, that game won Game of the Year before, so why come this game can't?
Yo, correct.
Yeah, if you're a PlayStation player and you love nostalgic, Astrobot's the great game. Because I was watching Beat playing it, and it had a ton of fanfare.
Yesterday, Astrobot went up to a 94.
94?
Yeah, 94.
94. So, today's a day of me going off today, right? Because... All right. I don't care what Metacritic says about anything. I don't care what Metacritic says about anything. What matters is how you determine the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can already tell right now Astrobot's not gonna win Game of the Year. There's been too many games that came out this year. Every game that came out this year, people said Game of the Year, Game of the Year. Black Myth Wukong came out, Game of the Year, Game of the Year. You know, like everybody, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Game of the Year, Game of the Year. Every game that comes out, they talking Game of the Year. I can't see Astrobot being Game of the Year, but does Astrobot deserve the rating that I got? Oh yeah, oh hell yeah, because I played it. It's a great game. It's very, like Freddie said, Mario style like game with the puzzles and kind of the same way that Astrobot plays. And it's probably gonna be the head or franchise, whatever you want to call it. What do you say? The faith of PlayStation
mascot
going forward. Mascot of PlayStation going forward, which is very crazy to me.
No way they're gonna lose Astrobot to Xbox. That'll be fucking the most ridiculous thing in the world if somehow they lose Astrobot to Microsoft.
No, of course not.
Mascot's been Halo for how long?
Man,
it's always been Halo, no matter what generation.
It's always been Master Chief for Microsoft.
And then Master Chief has done how well? How well has Master Chief done since Xbox Series X came out?
That's so good.
Okay, Mario's been the mascot of Nintendo since the beginning, right?
Yeah, everybody grew up playing the little plumber that could.
What mascot did Sony ever have in his lifetime?
That's the thing. Sony never really had a mascot.
What Sony had a mascot for?
Like, yeah, Sony has never had a mascot that lasted as long as Master Chief. And as
hello?
Huh?
Bobby, you still here? Okay, well, he probably can't hear us, but yeah, Bobby, we can hear you.
You okay?
But yeah, you keep going, Beast.
Nah, I'm just saying, Sony has never had a mascot to last as long as a Master Chief or a Mario. You could say Kratos was a mascot. That didn't last that long. You could say Jack and Daxter was a mascot. That didn't last that long. You could say Nathan Drake was a mascot. That didn't last that long.
I think Sony's games are their mascots.
Hello?
And yeah, Bobby,
I like that.
Okay.
I like that. No, Freddy's good. I like that. I like what he just said. Sony's games is a mascot.
Yeah, because like
Sony don't have one face.
Even when they had these faces up, like the Nathan Drakes, the Kratos, they still had other games that people was recognizing them by. Like even Final Fantasy. Like people had thought about PlayStation as a Final Fantasy machine at one point in time. You know, like PS2,
yeah, because PlayStation
PS3.
1 was the king of RPGs. Like
exactly,
you could pretty much play every single RPG game on the PlayStation 1.
But just not to sidetrack, talk about owned IP and owned concepts. Even still, like, you know what I'm saying, you had a Sackboy Adventures coming or a Little Big Planet coming out at the same time as an Uncharted. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
Yep.
Yeah, Sackboy could have been a mascot, but they really didn't put too much effort into it.
Thank God he's not a mascot. I didn't like Little Big Planet like that. I'm sorry.
What?
You know what?
Little Big Planet was like the epitome of.
My 2 weeks notices.
Y'all
Y'all keep coming for the games I really love.
Bruh, I used to hate anything about Little Big Planet anytime it came on the E3. Anytime Sony was talking about another game and going to Little Big Planet, I was just like, oh my god, this game. I need to come back to my games. This is not me. No, I'm sorry. But yeah.
Yeah, but Dreams when Dreams came out, and they had that sustainable little where you could basically make your own video game in Dreams.
Let me drink my soju.
Like the people who were very talented actually made some really good looking games. Because I tried a couple of those Dream games.
I'm gonna drink my pain away, Freddie. Thank you.
Now I'm gonna be real. Now that I'm older, I am more appreciative of games that's not pertain to me. Like nowadays, like I like. Well, then again though, I just feel like more games are coming out that are more my taste. Like Astrobot, if there was another type of game, I probably wouldn't like it. You know what I'm saying? But that's my taste. I like Astrobot. Returnal, I like that. When you
get older, you get that itch for some old games that you used to play growing up, and it's that nostalgic hit that hits you and makes you want to play something that's closer to what you enjoyed when you were a kid.
It's not just that. It's like, again, like Little Big Planet and creating is not. I bought Dreams, don't get me wrong, but that's not really my type of thing. Like that's not what I come to gaming for. Like
That's somebody was ninja kicking Beast's camera here for a second.
Nah, we straight, bro.
Well, anyway, we spent so much time with good thing for Astrobot. We're gonna talk about it more later. I haven't played it yet. I am excited to play it. I am trying to get my trophies in Astro's Playroom first really quick, and I'm almost done with that, so I just said forget it. I'm not touching Astrobot until I'm done with that. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty soon.
At first I was judging you, but now I fully understand the reasoning.
You know, I just don't want to go back. I hate going back.
That's understandable. Okay, guys. This one kind of hurts my feelings. Only because it's coming out on my birthday. And the trailer looks so ass. Like, I don't care. Minecraft. Live action movie.
Oh God, the movie.
In theaters, April 4th. That's my birthday. Write it down. Remember, take a picture and a note. But, oh my goodness, did y'all see the poster for it?
I don't care about no Minecraft movie. I'm sorry.
Why do you give the bare minimum?
I don't care about Minecraft.
They're using live action characters in a CGI background.
Y'all, I love Jack Black to the back of my kneecaps. I love him to life. But
did you love that Borderlands movie?
Come on. I have to watch it because I didn't really. I didn't like it. I didn't like what I seen, but I'm always one to. I didn't like it, so no. But I'm still gonna watch it because that's just how I am. If I start something, unless you are totally like knee deep into the ass of the ass, I'm gonna finish it. I've been like that when I read my books. I read books every day. It has to be like literally like ass apocalypse for me to not finish something that I start. So I am gonna finish it, but this trailer, somebody said the poster is fitting of the trailer. So
for the Minecraft movie, like everything does not need to be a movie.
Unfortunately, they get that hit off of Hollywood with some of their game movies and game TV shows, and they're like, "Oh, we could do this. We can make more video game movies."
Oh, they don't need. Some of them deserve it. Like I'm never gonna complain. Last of Us, I love that. You could just tell it should have been a movie, or it could have been a movie, and they did the series.
Mm.
I'm happy that they did the series.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but certain games you could tell, like, okay, I want to see this. I want to see more of what you could do with this, and I'm for it. But Minecraft never gave me a. You know what? I think that this could be a movie. It never gave that to me. It never.
I never enjoyed Minecraft.
I started tapping in, but a movie. You made a whole story behind this. Lord Jesus. Hell, is there a story mode for Minecraft?
Not that I know of.
Exactly.
I just know you jump in and you start whacking some monsters.
Exactly. If we don't even have a... You know what? I'm going to need them to read the room. Read the room. Nobody...
Listen, Last of Us was a
Borderlands failed. Let's make this one.
Last of Us was a good choice to make a TV series or a movie out of. Fallout was a good thing. I didn't actually at first I didn't think so, but it was. Mario was a good movie to make a movie out of.
Sonic.
Minecraft. Sonic, of course.
Sonic would probably be the best one because of the people hated the Super Mario Brothers movie.
We jumped at.
Who hated the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Before they changed, not this. Well, no.
You remember the first live action movie?
Oh,
I'm talking about the newest one that just came out with Jack Black.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the John Leguizamo and the other dudes, the live action one.
No. I'm talking about when Bowser was on the piano saying peaches,
Chris Pratt as Mario.
Peaches.
Yeah. Peaches. There you go. I love that song. I'll play that song going to work.
I'm laughing because Lord Jesus, why y'all gotta ruin why y'all gotta try to ruin my birthday?
Shaking my head.
Hey.
Dang.
They
Despise them.
any other day.
I feel your pain. Trust me.
They try to spite me, y'all. I'm it too, and I'm gonna be turning a big 4-0. They try to spite me.
Well, speaking of video game movies, but a good one this time. We forgot to talk about Sonic 3 last podcast. But yes, that trailer came out. That is a really, 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 really good trailer. I really like the trailer, and I think that Sonic.
Was that Sonic 3?
Yep.
He didn't have his iconic shadow guns, so I was a little disappointed.
They give everything away, you know.
So in this Sonic 3 is supposed to have Shadow in it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be real good.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say Sonic is probably the best video game adaptation into a movie that has ever been created.
Yeah, I'm super happy that they actually listened to the audience and changed Sonic, because Sonic's original CGI look was horrific.
We jumped the studio. I was one of the people retweeting and talking shit because how dare y'all make that fuzzy looking ugly preschool carpet thing and slap it on something and call it Sonic.
Bruh, I remember the exact day that I saw that too. Like I remember the day like it was yesterday.
Chip and Dale actually used the original model for Sonic. That Sonic movie, they took that. Have you seen that Chip and Dale live action movie? They actually took that original Sonic look, and then they put it in their movie.
Can we talk about Jim Carrey?
Do you know? Making the movies happen.
Yeah, like Jim Carrey's Eggman, right?
The guy,
Yeah.
he retires and then comes back and retires and comes back and retires and comes back.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's cool.
And he said it has to make sense, and he said that if it don't make sense, he's not gonna come back for it. And I'm happy this did it.
But this is classic Jim Carrey right here. Like this is like, a Sonic movie, Eggman. Like there's nobody else that you should even have casted in this movie besides Jim Carrey.
Fire Marshal Bill. I love like when he first started. Like I grew up watching A Living Color, so.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say Living Color was when he first popped up.
Mhm.
So yeah, I can't wait for Sonic 3. I'm almost done with Knuckles too. I think I got like one more episode left on that. It's a pretty good show. I think it gets better as it goes on. Yeah, like it kind of has a little bit of a slow start, I think, but like as far as the plot, but yeah, it's content. Like it's not really like, oh my god, this is like the best idea you could have ever came up with is to have this show, you know what I'm saying, be attached to Sonic movies and it's going to do so many numbers. Like it don't got to be that sweaty. What'd you say?
The Knuckles show?
Yeah, Knuckles. It's just a good show. It's definitely family friendly though. So like it's if you think Sonic the movies are family friendly, Knuckles is like an extra family friendly show. So just understand what you're getting yourself into. But other than that, like I don't know. I like Sonic and I like Knuckles, and I definitely like Shadow. So
yeah, I enjoyed the fact that they spoilers if you haven't seen Sonic 2.
Blah 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 blah. Bobby, stop dropping spoilers.
You mean you still haven't watched Sonic 2?
Nope.
But you watched the Knuckles movie? Or the TV show for Knuckles?
Nope.
Yeah, so stop spoiling stuff.
But you do know the Knuckles TV show is
blah 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 blah.
No. Warhammer. God dang it, Bobby. Warhammer. Space Two Marines got over 130,000 concurrent players on Steam, and it's 4 days early access period. Now, can y'all picture September the 9th when it actually, fully releases?
Right.
Game look good.
Oh, it's
Look. The game has blood. The game got blood. A lot of games don't got blood anymore.
Man.
So the game got blood.
Man, he ain't lying.
That's all I gotta say.
He ain't lying.
Hey, there's no Gears of War.
If you're a Warhammer fan, that's a perfect game to pick up.
109K was playing at that current time. In the 24-hour peak, it had 160K. And an all-time peak for yesterday, yesterday is 134K. So, okay. Go ahead, Warhammer.
I'm gonna compare that to. I'm sorry, Concord, but I gotta compare it to Concord.
You can't even do that.
He did. Concord said he
buried it deeper.
They literally.
If they release a game on PS Vita right now, it would do more than fucking Concord.
Freddie, look on the ground. Look at the chalk. It's already like they're twitching, Freddie. They gone. They're gone, Freddie. They can't take no more bullets.
Would you rather Concord in your
body shield? He over here using Concord as a body shield. That's what you doing.
Hey yo, he whispering to it. God damn it, Concord! Why the fuck did you do that bad?
We need that meme from The Simpsons. It's like stop! It's already dead.
Bruh, this is crazy. Warhammer has 19 times the amount of players than Concord had.
Yep.
Freddie walking up to Concord nudging it with his toe, saying, "Nah, he's still here. Let me get him one more time."
Just kick it a bit. It'll be all right. It's still twitching.
Now I'm gonna be real with you. I want to see how these numbers do because it might just be because it's a newer game. Nothing to take from it. I haven't played the first one. I made Warhammer. This game. I think it was 2 Warhammer games that was coming out. Pretty soon. I know this one about to come out. There's another one. I didn't want to play this one.
Before
that
Bolt Gun, the Warhammer Bolt Gun. That was like a first-person shooter, but it was like pixelated shooter.
What was it called?
Bolt Gun.
No, it had some like modern graphics though. It wasn't like pixelated, but it was first person. What? Anyway, go.
Oh, you mean Darktide? Darktide was the other one that released only on Xbox and PC.
Okay, that one just it released already.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this one was the one I did want to play, so I might play it sometime. I'm not gonna. It wasn't a day one for me, but
Yeah, I might wait for it to go on sale.
Yeah, it looks fun. It's just I think the online looks fun too. I just don't think that it will probably last a long time.
Well, it's got crossplay, so you can play with PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Oh, that's good. That should be a mandate now. But
Pretty
yeah,
much.
I don't know. I just want to see how long people play this game. You know what I'm saying? Like by Christmas, if people still not stick with the game, then of course I'm not gonna get it. But or at least I'm not gonna play online. I'm not gonna think about playing online. But yeah, I just want to see how the online do.
Well, my buddy's been playing it. He got through the campaign in 2 days, so it might still have some life in it. It's got some extra little content that you could do, and also PvP.
Gotcha. Okay. And then they got a 1-year roadmap too that they released as well.
Yep.
So yeah, it's they being
Everything's gotta
upfront
have
with it.
a
They trying
roadmap.
to keep it up to date. So yeah,
It's
let's
pretty
just see how long it
detailed. I like
lasts.
this. It's literally pretty detailed.
Legit, like
Yeah, it's a really good looking game.
it is good looking. It's definitely good looking. But yeah, other than that, we got a couple more topics, but we ain't gonna. These gonna be quick fire topics. They're not about to be too long. You want to go with the next thing, Debbie?
Yeah, studio behind PlayStation 5 and PC versions of Until Dawn has announced significant layoffs ahead of the game's release.
Ouch.
What is new? Every studio in the world is doing game layoffs.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're probably
every
laying off
studio in the
because of that
world,
Frank
man.
Stone game. Because that Frank Stone game didn't really sell so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do we know if
Like
they're
Daylight.
in-house developers or they contractors? Because a lot of studios have contracts. We don't know that. So that's why anytime they talk about layoffs, unless it's like a big, humongous studio, I don't know what to say about it. Like,
Yeah. So the studio was it's called Ballistic Moon, and yeah, they finna receive some layoffs. But they said they still remain focused on supporting the launch of the game on PS5 and PC Until Dawn, which launches on PS5 PC October 4, 2024. But yeah, other than that, yeah, no
But
layoff.
they did say that they're
let's
committed
say
to
something real quick.
exploring some new
If a game that you develop doesn't sell well,
options.
doesn't proceed well, or anything of the sort, just expect layoffs to happen at your studio. No matter what studio you're at, you can even be at freaking Call of Duty. Let Call of Duty not be the #1 selling game this year, and see how
If
many
it gets to
layoffs
3
we get.
again, if it gets to 3 again, they're definitely going to do some layoffs.
They definitely gonna do some layoffs, especially now that Microsoft owns them and they releasing the damn game on Game Pass. It's definitely gonna be some layoffs. Any studio, no
Yeah.
studio is safe. No studio is safe. No
They got-
company is safe.
Just look at Vision of Mana studio people. They laid them pretty much the entire people who made Vision of Mana.
Didn't they just shut that studio down?
Yeah, they shut it down. Easy, or whatever that 10-cent Easy thingy, whatever the hell the Easy. I forgot the name of the Chinese place.
please, I said it in one of my YouTube videos the other day. If Firewalk was to go to sell 10 cent, please don't buy them. Please don't buy them. I don't think Firewalk is that bad to go to y'all, because you know how 10 cent do. 10 cent is I don't like nothing they do. I don't like anything that 10 cent does.
They too much monetizing everything, but
don't they own GTA?
No.
Oh.
10 cent doesn't own
10 Cent
GTA.
doesn't own Rockstar?
Yeah,
I thought you did.
10
no,
Cent
that's Take Two.
Yeah. Oh,
The
wait, is that two different people?
Rockstar. Yeah. 10 Cent is a Chinese company that started off with mobile games. They're the ones that own like the games like Pokemon Go and stuff like that. So, but they just started buying up like for example, when Square wanted to shave off Eidos Studios, is the studio that made Hitman and stuff like that. They the ones that brought it. 10 Cent was the one that brought it.
Yeah, Eidos.
Yeah.
So like what's it again? Deus Ex.
DSX developers, Hitman developers, yep, all that. When Square wanted to shave off pieces of their company, 10 Cent brought most of it. 10 Cent brought another studio that I can't remember the name of, but we're not gonna talk about it. No.
Yeah, so it's going on to the next topic. So
Okay. PlayStation will be getting more than 100.
Just being weird.
1,300 games, retro games, on September the 6th. So yesterday. Ooh, they offered through Antstream Arcade. PlayStation users will be able to purchase a subscription or pay a one-time fee for a lifetime access for retro games. How y'all like that? I like.
Wait, the anti-stream one or N10 stream, or what's called arcade?
It's offered through Antstream Arcade, so it might.
Yeah. That's the one where you could pay $100 for the lifetime, where you could play all of the 1,300 retro games, or you can pay the $40 for 12 months. They had the same thing on Epic Game Store.
I kind of like. I don't know about these retro games. I don't know what's in it and everything like that.
Metal Slug, like you get Metal Slug 1, 2, and 3.
Got you.
It's basically a lot of old arcade games that came out over the course of the generation, but now finally come into console. The only downside is if you don't pay that $100 to get the lifetime one, you will have to like keep paying these in-game point thingies and stuff. Yeah, $40 a year for the 12 months over and over again, just so you can play them. But each time you play the game once, you get charged by the certain price, so it'll take like 5 crystal stones from your account, because it gives you like a certain amount of little gemstone thingies. And each time you play a certain game, like the high tier games that came out for the arcades are 10 stones, and then some of the generic arcade games are like 5 stones. So you could easily burn through the stones fast if you want to try out different little arcade games that they have there. It even tells you like how many hours it takes to beat the game, or how fast can you beat the game, and it'll give you like rewards sometimes back for beating the game faster.
Now, does these games have trophy support?
It probably does. I played it on Epic Game Store, so I haven't played it on the PlayStation.
I do like the fact that it's the lifetime, so whatever you call it. I just like that when apps or anything do that. It's shit. Nobody want to pay more.
You get like, yeah. Like the lifetime subscription allows you to play the games forever. So you just have to ask yourself, is it worth the $40 to buy the base game and then $100 to buy the lifetime?
Right, with everything.
And that was our last topic.
Yeah.
I think you guys should play Sun and Bones. You would really love it.
You said Skull and Bones?
Yeah, it's called Sun and Bones.
Sun and Bones. Okay, cool. Because I definitely wasn't playing Skull and Bones. No offense.
It's basically like a Turok shooter. So if you grew up playing Turok, like Turok 1 or Turok 2 on the 64, it's basically like that. But the reason why I'm laughing a bit is it's actually made by the people who made Quantum Error. And believe it or not, this game is actually getting better scoring than Quantum Error did.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, so real quick, 2 topics that I forgot to put on there. One, which I really don't want to talk about, but yeah, that guy, that's a disrespect to YouTube. He was trying to come back to YouTube and everything. Whatever he's on, trying to explain his case and about him being pretty much a pedophile. Yeah.
We don't care about Dr. Disrespect.
Not at all. Not even a crumb of care or.
We don't care. If anybody who's important in the YouTube community wants to know, we don't care about Dr. Disrespect.
Not one.
We don't care about what he does. We're not. We don't like his videos. It's not funny.
He had the nerve.
I have never watched Dr. Disrespect.
One thing that had me, and I'm not even gonna say nothing after I say this because I'm disgusted. He compared his situation to being called hard ER.
Oh really? Oh snap!
He compared the two.
I didn't know that. Okay.
He needed to just shut his mouth
No comment.
and sit in the corner and disappear.
No comment.
Cause that ain't nothing to say to him after that.
Damn.
It's the utter disrespect to me. It's the utter disrespect to me. You have the nerve, the audacity. 400 years of suffering. You for real? You the type of person, like,
Nah.
you the type of person that I ain't never the type to ever spit on nobody. Because that's the most utter disrespect. I'd spit on you.
Oh.
You probably pay for it, actually.
Wow.
He compared the two. He said that his suffering is compared to hard ER. If y'all know what hard ER is.
That's some real privileged thing right there. But
The question you asked, though, was he doing it for as an end character, or was he doing it for himself?
I don't care. He can y'all next subject 2K.
A lot of stuff he probably is doing in character, and then you don't know he can manipulate it. But go ahead.
Yeah, nobody here played 2K yet. Did it release?
Yeah.
It released.
Yeah. Okay.
Debbie over here got a free code for it.
Yeah. I'm about to say, yeah. Go ahead, Debbie. Yeah, take off.
I went to a 2K launch event yesterday in the great DMV area, and they had food, games, prizes. It was amazing. The game, I played it. Keep in mind, this is my first time ever even picking up my controller to play it. And I wasn't doing bad. I wasn't even doing bad. I didn't do good. They had a raffle. I had the chance to play with an NBA player, but I said no because you're not going to embarrass me. I don't even know the buttons. I wasn't going to sit on that stage and get embarrassed. So I was like, can I just get a code? So I got a code, and now I get to learn to play because I always wanted to play. And I'm one of them people that when I play a game, I get better, and I always want to learn. And I didn't do too bad when I was playing it. So I'm like, you got me, and I get a good play. And I get to play.
Debbie, why didn't you call me when you was gonna play the NBA player? I could have got to DC in like 30 minutes, and then I would have kicked the NBA player's ass, and then we would have been good.
I tried to offer it to some little kids, but they said it wouldn't be fair, so they re-raffled it. But I was like, well, it's not my fault. I don't know.
Can you release the name of the NBA player that it was?
Hold on. I don't want to butcher his name. I'll say it. I'll try to say it.
Oh.
Well, no, I'm gonna spell it because y'all ain't gonna disrespect me. I know my words. I know my words.
He plays on DC.
He play. I think he does. Yeah, he plays for the Wizards. BILLACOULIBALY. I can't say his name.
Can you try to pronounce it real quick?
That's all letters.
No, Bali or Bila. I don't know. Bila. I don't know. I don't want to say it wrong. I feel bad.
Sound like a bench play.
Huh?
Sound like a bench play to me.
I don't care what he is. I wasn't gonna get up there and lose and embarrass myself.
Was he the main person on the case for 2K?
No.
No.
That's Jason Tatum. Just Jason Tatum. I think that it's on the main cover of the game.
But yeah, it was a good time and I enjoyed myself. The gameplay was nice. One thing, okay, I don't care. Yep. I'm a new person. I never touched the game. I just looked. Y'all disrespectful for the WNBA side. Why y'all got them looking like that?
Oh.
Why y'all do them like that? Y'all got a pimple on the back of a man's head with a freckle that matches his body, and you got their hair looking like, come on now, stop playing with me. You got their structure looking kind of wonky. I thought I was playing the old version, and it's not it's the new version. Y'all wrong for that, and I'm a new person. I never touched the game before. Y'all can attest. Have y'all ever heard me say anything about playing a 2K anything? That event was my first time, and if I'm looking at this at y'all foul. And I say that y'all foul. Do better.
Yeah, the sports games haven't really been top tier gaming. You have the diehard people who really love playing them, though.
Listen. When it comes to sport games, they just released NCAA, the college football game, and that game is fire. That game is good. The college games, for some reason,
Beast, if you love that, you'll love the new Madden, NCAA.
I wouldn't love the new Madden, and I have ties to people who in the NFL, so trust me, I wouldn't love the new Madden. I'm not gonna. I can't give too much details out about that, but I just know I have some ties to people in the NFL. But when it comes to NBA 2K, big 2K fan up until 2023. But every what did they call that? Legendary Edition 2K. Mm-hmm. One with Kobe on it. One with whoever the cover. I got them all right here. So then when you paid $100. Yeah, when you play when you buy the Legendary Edition of the game, you can take some money. So basically, they give you like VP points or whatever VP points or whatever the fuck it's called. I forget the name of it. And you can use that towards your my player, your own custom character. When you buy the Legendary Edition of the game, you get a lot of points towards it. Well, just like Call of Duty, how every season is a different meta, the same thing happens in 2K. Where every season is a different build that you have to build. So if I paid $100 for the game and I got my character, and I'm thinking, I'm about to go dominate online in this game. This is how the whole online thing started with me. Mm-hmm. For a while, I was playing nothing but 2K and Call of Duty for a long period of time. And if I have a stretch 4, which is like a Bazingas, or a stretch 5, which is like what would we say, a Jokic. If you guys know basketball, you know who I'm talking about. Then that season he'll be good, but next season he would not be good. Mm-hmm. The next season of the game, not the next season in the NBA, but next season in the game. So it's pay to win. I stopped playing 2K. 24, I have it for free. 25, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying no more 2K or Madden. The only ones I would buy is NCAA. What's up?
You know, I miss the good old days back in like the old Sega and Super NES when they used to do like NBA Jam, where you could actually have like the fireball and stuff, and you can make people with the big head mode, and then I also missed the NBA Blitz, or the football Blitz one, where you could actually pick people up and slam them down.
Not NFL Street, but Blitz. So let me just tell you a story real quick. Not even a story. My favorite 2K game is 2K9. That's the last time I really, truly enjoyed 2K. Because once they made 2K10 and afford, I didn't like it after that. Once my career came out, when you had your own player and stuff like that, I never liked it. There's a lot of videos of me playing 2K
football game is actually Technical 98 for the NES.
You talking 20 years ago.
Yeah. For Technical was the only game that had it where you could literally slide to the freaking goal without it end up being tackled at all. You could just keep sliding.
Right. So Fred, what was the last 2K game you played, and how did you feel about it?
I don't play 2K.
Is it sports games? What's that?
Live or anything?
I mean, I played before, but I don't play 2K. I don't play sports games. My games were Streets. I like NBA Streets, NFL Streets.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a decent one.
I like Streets. I spend a lot of free time in Streets. NBA, like
they actually
sports Streets.
The people who made Streets made an online game that was free to play on PlayStation 4, I think it was. It was like it was basically almost like Streets, but you could play with the multiplayer with a bunch of other players.
Bet. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. We gotta get out of here because I'm hungry. I'm trying to get out of here. So let's do our outros. I apologize. It was a late start, and yeah, hopefully I have everything right by next time.
Video where they're looking at the food, he's like, I'm hungry.
Man, like I gotta make my food. That's why I'm like, it's gonna be some more time. Like, I gotta start cooking.
Wait, you don't get snacks? You don't have any chips to snack on?
Nah, I ate all of them, Bobby. I actually ate all of them. Yeah, I got them on sale. It was a lot of them, but they came in handy. I ate all of them.
I am Debbie Snacks. You can find me on Debbie Snacks _gaming on social media. You can find me Debbie_Snacks on gaming platforms like PC, YouTube. You can find me on PlayStation, and you can also find me here at Gameplay. We do our podcast every Saturday. Come check us out. Follow all of them. They are all great guys.
Appreciate it. Bobby?
Oh, you can do beats first. I'll go last. I don't care.
Well, I'm last, sir.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, my name is Bobby. I enjoy video games. I recently started doing reviews. They're slightly shitty and slightly not, but I've also been trying to branch out and stream other games to try to get their popularity up a little higher, just for people to be like, ooh, look at this game. Ooh, I want to play that. Anyways, you can probably find me on Twitter under Bobby Hawk, and also on YouTube under Bobby Hawk as well.
Hey, and by the way, Bobby been lying to y'all
everybody
too.
Here.
Yeah, he been lying to y'all. He got over 300 videos, so he is a content creator. I'm tricking. Yeah, he's out here. Okay, yes. Follow YouTube.
I had to delete a couple of them because ever since I got 71 subscribers, YouTube's been looking at my account and was like, "Hey, you got some copyright issues here with some of these videos," and I'm like, shit.
Dang.
Oh, you definitely gotta be careful about that.
YouTube is.
Yes.
It ain't just YouTube, it's TikTok too. I have a problem with both. Anyways, it's your boy Hero Beast. I'm here in the building. I make content as well. I do a lot of live streams. I started doing more videos lately, as everybody can tell. And then I'm always grateful to be here with the Freddie J's gameplay podcast. You guys follow everybody that's on the stream right now. We all work together to do and bring great content to everybody who's watching the streams or watching the podcast. And you guys can always find me at Your Beast on every social media platform, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one it is. You Hear Beast is here on every single one of them, and eventually I'm gonna dominate all of them. But we got my people here with me right now, and shortly after this video goes away, I will be live streaming after I eat my lunch too, just like Fred said. So y'all go follow me. Y'all go follow my co-hosts and everybody, and definitely subscribe and like and everything. Here you go.
Yo.
Yes, sir. And this is Freddie J Gameplay. You can catch us, the gameplay community, on the YouTube, Freddie J Gameplay, and on Twitter. This is where we're having our live streams. And, you know what I'm saying, definitely follow the people on this panel. Even Bobby, because he has over 300 some YouTube videos on YouTube. Yeah. And yeah, just leave a like, leave a comment. Make sure y'all, leave some feedback. If y'all want to keep seeing more predecessor videos, y'all get tired of my predecessor videos, I just record a lot of them because I play a lot of matches. You know what I'm saying? Let us know. Leave a comment down there. Leave a like. Leave a feedback on some games that we talked about that you had some experience in. You know what I'm saying? Liven us up. Liven us up. All right. Yeah, appreciate y'all. We'll be here. We'll be back next Saturday. And then we might